Good morning and welcome to Live Highlight in the Magic City on YouTube's Jai-Alai Channel. I'm Stu Nyman and I'm here with Andrew Bleckman, and we're pleased to welcome you to this Friday matinee performance. Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning, Stu.
We also have a special guest that's going to be popping on, from what I understand.
We do have a very special guest.
Very special guest.
Right
looking over my
us.
shoulder. It's like, makes me a little nervous, actually. I have to be on my best behavior. That's just a hint to it is. Anyway, we have 9 games for you beginning at noon. In addition to fast and fun highlight action, each of today's games offers win, place, show, quinella, exacta, and trifecta wagering. If these terms are new to you, we'll explain them throughout the performance. We also have a pick 3 wager in Game 4. The high-paying High 5 jackpot begins in Game 3 with its $2,000 guarantee. And the all-new Mighty Ocho jackpot beginning in Game 1. Online wagering is available at watchandwager.com. Also, my winners for those of you in Connecticut. I need to point out that you can place some wagers on us if you're in Connecticut on my winners associated with Connecticut OTB. But placing bets is not necessary to enjoy all we have in store for you today. We actually have 2 scratches again in today's performance. 2 scratches, same scratches as yesterday. In today's performance, both El Barba and Jedden are scratched in today's performance. Both El Barba and Jedden are scratched throughout today's performance. This is going to be a complete rundown, game by game, of these scratches. We will then announce the scratches just before each game begins, but this is a full rundown of the program. There are no scratches in Game 1. Game 2, Post 3. Scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with number 24, Cool Fitness. Game 2, Post 3. Scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with Cool Fitness. Game 3, Post 4 in the backcourt. Scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with 0-0 Rock. Game 3, Post 4, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with 0-0 Rock. Game 4, no scratches. Game 5, Post 2, scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with 0-0 Rock. Game 5, Post 2, scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with 0-0 Rock. Game 5, Post 5, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with number 37, Tennessee. Game 5, Post 5, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Tennessee. Game 6, Post 7, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Ben. Game 6, Post 7, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Ben. Game 7, Post 1, in the front court, scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with 0-0 Rock. Game 7, Post 1, scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with 0-0 Rock. Game 8, Post 1, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with number 22, Bueno. Game 8, Post 1, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with number 22, Bueno. Game 8, Post 2, scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with number 30, Diaz. Game 8, Post 2, scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with Diaz. Finally, in Game 9, Post 7, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with number 37, Tennessee. Game 9, Post 7, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Tennessee. That's been a complete rundown of the scratches of Jedden and El Barba as they affect today's performance in its entirety. And we recognize that many of you are sheltering in place or are safer at home or just trying to get by as best you can as we all confront the new normal. Wherever you may be, we hope you're safe and healthy, and we're just glad that we're able to bring you Highlight as sports entertainment this afternoon. We now welcome you to sit back and relax, because at 12 noon, it's time to play Highlight.
And throughout the duration of these performances today, we'll have spectacular 7 scoring in a majority of those games. What does that mean if you're new to the sport? Well, we got a video explaining what that's going to mean and how it's going to look for today. Take a look.
Spectacular 7 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 7 points wins the game.
And thanks to the lovely Lindsay for explaining Spectacular 7. We have 5 minutes till we begin Game 1. Game 1 is now 5 minutes away. 5 minutes till we begin Game 1 and the Mighty Ocho. Andrew, how are you today?
Well, Stu, doing pretty well. Happy to have a special guest, as you mentioned at the top of the broadcast.
We're keeping it kind of a surprise. Yeah?
Keeping it kind of a surprise. We're going to wait till Game 1.
I mean, realistically, I guess the commentary and announcing's been that bad. He had to come down from the office.
They had to send someone else down. They send in reinforcements.
Yeah, someone from head office is down.
From corporate. Yeah.
From corporate.
From corporate. Yeah, absolutely.
Corporate, which is the second floor, I think it is. And looking at this first game that we have coming up next, we have CRB coming out of Post 1, Lamonte in Post 2, Asier Post 3, Juice in Post 4, Cool Fitness Post 5, Fred Post 6, Diaz Post 7, and Vuelo in Post 8. There's no scratches. The 2 scratches of El Barba and Jed don't affect today's first game. But most of the other games throughout the performance are affected by these 2 scratches. Once again, we'll read off the scratches. And for those of you not familiar with the term scratch, scratch is where a player who is scheduled to play in the performance is out for 9 times out of 10 a medical reason. Sometimes Miami traffic is the issue, but in this case, both Jedden is out with a lower back injury, and Barba's been feeling under the weather. But from what I understand, I spoke to Barba this morning. He'll be back tomorrow. So give him one more day to
rest up, be good, and he'll be back.
Exactly.
Better than ever. Big personality, so we like to have him at 100% when he's out here. Absolutely.
Is big personality code for something?
It's just a great personality. I think you think that I have these deep meanings behind big personality. Big personality. I mean, that perfectly describes, the guy like El Barba. We said he's like the Dennis Rodman of Highlight, and Dennis Rodman is a fan favorite. El Barba is one of our fan favorites. He's the guy that, he goes around, gets the crowd into it when we had a crowd last year, gets everyone riled up on his win. So I would say that out of the fans, he is probably one of the most popular guys on the roster. Which
there's no question about
absolutely.
that, and I'm curious to know how much of that is just the beard, as you a recent connoisseur of facial hair. Because
boy.
I mean, are you going for El Barba here?
We're getting early.
How long do you think it would take you to get to El Barba status?
I think I would probably have to grow it out for the rest of my life, and I don't even think I'd get a quarter of the way there. I mean, I wonder. We should get some info on his beard, because we've been talking about it enough. How long it got to get there? How the braids and all that. It's a really interesting. It's a good look though. It's fun. You got to stand out. We're all about the individualism here. Magic City Jai-Alai, it's a big part of it. And El Barba certainly exudes that out on the court and in every way.
Yes, he does. He took that, we'd like you to be individuals. He took it and ran with it. No question about it. We have less than 2 minutes till we begin Game 1. No scratches in Game 1. Remember that Game 1 begins the Mighty Ocho. That's a pick 8 with a $1,000 guarantee. And if you've noticed, we've not started the game, and the odds and the clock vanish from the screen. Welcome to the inner workings of Highlight. These are the things that you don't necessarily get a chance to see or have us talk about, really. But
A classic line that one of my teachers told me: "Technology will fail you when you need it most." So right as we're about to
start. Did they say fail, or was it another F word that they used?
It was fail, actually.
Really?
We're not Magic City. Well, if it was, we couldn't say it, but it was actually fail. It was actually fail. But as you can see here,
because there's a few F words that apply there. And yeah, that's the case. I mean, in parimutuel facilities also, certainly not here at Magic City, but I have worked at other parimutuel facilities where the tote equipment is like East European surplus. It's like they're wagering on like bull races in the Crimea with some of this equipment. It's just straight out of
a
God
movie, a movie book. Who knows?
Not that our friends at Tote aren't brilliant. They are.
Oh, they're great. I don't even know how they how they do the stuff up there. So
now, of course, that's other facilities. Here, this is state-of-the-art tote equipment. It's state-of-the-art tote equipment that just happens to not be working at the moment.
At this moment, but it'll be back soon. Hopefully in the next few minutes here. Like we said, takes the players a couple games to get warmed up, takes the announcers a couple games to get warmed up, takes the technology a couple games to get warmed up. And hopefully 12:01 now.
Just like Jedden and El Barba, our tote equipment's not feeling well at the moment. Oh, there we go. That's a good sign.
That's good.
There you go.
Quick flash.
There you go. There you go. That's sometimes a good sign.
It means it's probably resetting. They got that 99 millimeter.
Just have to pull the plug out. And with that, it is time to play Jai-Alai. We're ready to begin game number 1, a spectacular 7. Singles match. Play to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. That's why we call it Spectacular 7. Serving in the red shirt of post 1 to start off this Friday matinee is CRB. And receiving in the blue of post 2, Lamonte. CRB serves. Game 1 has begun. CRB runs up, catches it in the air. Lamonte from the forehand. CRB throws a strong backhand. Lamonte's there. With a hop, CRB's got it. He throws an outside placement to start the day early. Wow. Nice throw. Point 1. 1 first up on the board in our first game. Our next matchup has CRB serving to Aussier in post 3. That's an overserve. The ball's got to land between the 4 and 7 line. That went just past the 7. That's an overserve. Loss of point. Point goes to the 3. 3 is serving to the green shirt of post 4. Here's number 10, Juice. Juice winds up from the left side. Here's Aussier. Scoop by Aussier. Powerful throw by Juice. He gets out of the way. And it scores. Point 4. Here's post 5 in the black shirt. Cool Fitness receives. The matchup has Juice serving Cool Fitness. Robote by Juice. It's a 2-wall that missed the front wall, 0.5. Here's our next matchup. Cool Fitness serves to Fred in the yellow shirt of post 6. Scoop attempt missed. Difficult pickup, or difficult attempt at a pickup. 0.6. Here we have the pink shirt of post 7 receiving, Diaz. Diaz from the forehand. Fred's there at the 9 line. Mid-wall placement picked up by Diaz. Fred's looking for a rebote. Missed it on the forehand, 0.7. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirt of post 8, is number 29, Vuelo. Scoop attempt missed, 0.8. 8 gets the point. That completes the first round of play, and all matchups are now worth 2 points. First to return in the second round, post 2, Lamonte in the blue shirt. Great serve by Vuelo, crosses the wall nicely. Strong backhand by Lamonte. That could have gone either way. Goes inside or outside. One or the other hit the crack. 0.2. Here's post 1, CRB. CRB on a strong backhand. Here's Vuelo. Excellent effort by Vuelo to try to make that rebote. That hit the overhead screen. That's out of play. 0.1.
And that's Machu Picchu getting involved early today, Stu.
Yes. Yes, it is. Here's the white shirt of post 3, Acier. Ball missed off the serve, 0.1. That'll give us our first possible game point for this Friday matinee performance for CRB and the red shirt of post 1. This matchup has CRB serving against Juice for the game. He hooked the serve, and it's an underserve. Ball's got to land between the 4 and 7 line. Definitely don't like to see underserves in singles, but they do happen. 0.4, play continues. Juice sends that one to the overhead screen, out of play, 0.5. Cool Fitness is up on the board with 3 points. This next matchup has Cool Fitness serving to Fred in the yellow shirt of post 6. Fred missed it. That ball crossed the wall nicely coming off the serve. 0.5.
I was going to say, Stu, that was a perfect location on that serve. Crossing just in front of Fred makes it extra tough to catch.
Here's our next possible game point, this time for the 5 post in the black shirt. Cool Fitness trying to stop him, Diaz. Diaz runs up to get it. Sends it back from the forehand. Rebote, left side. High enough, just too high. That hit the overhead screen. Out of play, 0.7. Play continues again. Diaz has 3 points. He serves to Lamonte in post 2, the blue shirt. Lamonte throws high to the front wall. Diaz, rebote, left side. Lamonte back to the inside. Diaz catches it. Backhand. Gonna land in and go out. That scores .7. Possible game point for Diaz in post 7. Trying to stop him. Fuelo. A hard serve by Diaz. Great catch by Diaz. 2-all by Diaz. Lands in. Vuelo's got it. Holding. The motion stopped. That's holding. Point and game to the pink shirt of post 7, Diaz. This is a playoff for second and third place, ladies and gentlemen. 1 has 5, 5 has 5. 1 serves to 5. This is for second and third place. That's an excellent serve by CRB. Strong backhand. Stays to the inside nicely. CRB from his knees makes the save. Here's Cool Fitness. Cool Fitness dings it off the sidewall. The scoop attempts missed. Point. And second place finish for Cool Fitness. In the black of post 5. 1 comes in third. Unofficial order finish 7-5-1. Your prices will be up in a moment. It's official.
Yeah. Now it's not running.
Finishing first, Diaz in the pink of post 7. Coming in second was Cool Fitness in post 5. Third place goes to CRB in post 1. 7-5-1 is the official order of finish. Here are your prices from Game 1. The $2 Quinella 5-7, that's 5-7 or 7-5. First and second in any order. Comes in at $58.40. The trifecta 7-5-1. A respectable first game, $237 and change. Very nice. And if you saw that Wello may have taken some issue there with whether or not that was holding. It was, in fact, holding. Is the basket has to be in constant motion when you're throwing. And sometimes when you're playing and you're chasing down these balls, you really do think that you got it off in time when, in fact, you didn't.
Right. It's the world's quickest game, and, sometimes you can't tell.
I sense a voice coming from behind us.
I do sense a voice.
I sense a voice.
I
sense a voice. I believe that Mr. Scott Savin is making an appearance
Scott.
on the microphone. Welcome, Scott.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Andrew.
I'm sure
Thank
this
you,
is going to
Stu.
be brilliant commentary. This is going to be stunning, brilliant commentary.
We had 2 before. Now we've got 3.
Andrew,
and the expectations.
Andrew, you don't have a lot of experience in corporate America. Whatever he says, just agree with.
I'm agreeing.
Yeah,
I will.
It's a compliment,
Well,
an afterward
this is what we
compliment
talked
on the
about in
genius
our
of the commentary.
pre-meeting when we heard Scott was going to be on here. We had this whole.
Well, clearly, I've been listening to you guys and watching you for 4 days now, and you've developed this rhythmic cadence that's just spectacular. So I decided to come over and see if I could throw you both off your game. That's how corporate works.
Thank you.
What a brilliant idea.
Yeah, we love it. Keep us on our toes. Yeah.
No, but there were actually so many things that I've been watching and wanted to chat with you guys about in between games throughout today, both highlight related and non-highlight related. I know, Andrew, you just said this is the quickest game, and this isn't the world's greatest segue, but I believe at 1 o'clock today we're going to get a flyover starting in Boca, going all the way down to Miami by the Blue Angels.
Wow.
How about that? That's pretty cool.
Very cool, very cool. It's a pretty much dedication to the medical professionals. So we're going to be stuck here, but hopefully some people will be outside filming this. Apparently they're going to start in Boca, fly down the east coast of Florida, do a loop around Miami, and then head back up just west of the Turnpike. All this, mind you, takes place over about 20 minutes time, because just like we're the fastest game, they're the fastest flyers out there.
I was going to say, they're going from, I have to drive from Boca. That's, an hour and a half up and back, 20 minutes for them. That's pretty good.
Well, if you get on the roof, it's pretty high. If you wave, you may get a ride. I'm just guessing myself.
I mean,
I don't
if
know
we
where
had
they
a place
land.
to land it, right?
Yeah, no,
that's
that's
the
a
only
good point.
thing.
That's
Maybe
a good point.
maybe
Well, the
a
parking
golf
lot's
course.
kind of empty right now.
There's a lot of golf courses in Boca around here.
That'd be a
probably
good way
not
to get
lot
on the
of it.
news, actually.
Yeah, how about
Yeah,
that?
yeah, exactly. F whatever it is lands in Magic City parking lot.
That's it. That's it. No, but it should be exciting. And, you know, we're sitting here socially distanced from each other and
Very much.
plexiglass panels in between Andrew and Stu and our tech crew and JR. So we're doing our part, I think, and I hope. But the Blue Angels flying over, a salute to the medical professionals who really are out there on the front lines. And we're just trying to have some fun here and give people maybe a break from all they see and hear on the news. I mean, I watch the news and it's coronavirus 24/7.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And for 4 weeks, I mean, obviously we practice in the off season. We were fortunate enough to be able to begin our season on May 1st the way we were supposed to. But usually we would have been practicing 3-4 days a week, which is what I would have been doing. I, like the rest of you, had lots of time off. I think we were out of practice for 3 weeks or 4 weeks or something like that. I forget how many weeks it was, but yeah, no, you wake up with all these plans of cleaning this and washing that and organizing this, and on a daily basis, it all really sounded good to me.
Yeah.
And not a thing. There's dust in my room that's been there literally for a year and a half. Literally for a year and a half. And and I feel bad. I do feel bad about it. But you know, it kind of is what it is. Who am I to disturb the dust?
Well, I'm one of these people who really has a hard time sitting around the house, and I'm an early riser, so I would be up at 6 in the morning, and the next thing I knew, it was 8 at night, and I tried to assess what I had done during those 14 hours, and absolutely nothing.
I don't feel bad because when I obviously, those who know me, and there's some people watching who know me know that. Yeah, if you want to get me 3-4 o'clock in the morning, give a call. Shoot me a text. I'm usually not doing anything. That's about the time that Scott's waking up, going to work. So in the 2 years that we've worked together, he's been very nice.
It's a good dynamic.
I'll get texts at like 10:03 a.m. and so it's like I know that he's waiting till 10, which is very thoughtful when you think about it.
All right, so much about me doing nothing and the Blue Angels flying over. You guys have another game coming up that I'm sure you want to preview a little bit here.
We have Game 2 coming up next. There is a scratch. Game 2, post 3. El Barba's out. El Barba and Jedner scratched throughout today's performance. But in Game 2, post 3, El Barba's out. He's replaced by Cool Fitness. Game 2, post 3. El Barba's out and replaced by Cool Fitness. We have 2 minutes till post. You have your finger up.
I do have my finger
You're waving
up.
a finger.
I thought of something during that last game, thinking about Diaz.
Out of the corner of my eye, I wasn't sure what finger it was, but
it's funny.
It's the appropriate
That's good
thing.
stuff, of course.
Yeah.
Think about Diaz last year. You know, obviously he had the mustache, and we called him the silent assassin. Just thinking, how many people a year ago had a mustache that don't have it today? I mean, he's got to be in the less than 1% of the world. That's a good observation. I mean, what's going through my head during the game.
Mike Diaz is contrarian by nature. He really is. He is,
of course.
He is. One interesting thing about Mike is extremely well read.
Yeah,
he's quiet. I mean, the first year, because he does have this baby face. I mean, he's in his late 20s, but he does have this baby, so we called him the baby face assassin. Yeah. Then he grew the mustache, and he couldn't be the baby face assassin anymore because he looked a little like Simon Legree. So
he's a silent assassin.
So silent assassin, and that's actually interesting. Good, silent Simon Legree from the silent film era. I didn't even think about that. That was pretty good. Yeah, I amazed
to be
myself
honest,
sometimes.
I don't know what I just did. I say something groundbreaking? Was it a?
We're both doing reasonably well. We have less than 1 minute till post in Game 2. Game 2 is less than 1 minute away, and we're ready to begin. We're ready to begin Game number 2, a spectacular 7 singles match. This is played to 7 points. All points will double after the first round of play. Our first matchup of the second game has Wello in the red shirt of post 1 serving to Tennessee in the blue shirt of post 2. There's the judge's whistle. We're ready to begin. Wello serves. Game 2 has begun. with a drop ball off the serve at the sidewall. Well served by Vuelo. He's getting it nice and close to the sidewall on those serves. First point goes to the 1. Next matchup has Vuelo serving 2. Cool Fitness in the white shirt at post 3. Ball dropped off the serve. Point 1. 1 is on the board with 2 points. Now receiving the green shirt of post 4. Here's Ikeda. Ikeda goes for this one on the forehand. Nice and hard to the inside. Vuelo's there. Back and hard to the inside. Vuelo with a good catch. Clips the sidewall yet again. That's great hustle to try to make that save. Ikeda got blocked unintentionally, but he still came around him to make the throw. Here's Vuelo again. That hits the overhead screen. Good effort by both players on this point. Point goes to the 4. Now receiving in the black shirt of post 5, we have number 22, Bueno. Bueno on the backhand. Ikeda from the 10 line. Scoop attempt missed. Point 4.
Yeah, it looks like Bueno got caught in no man's land right there. Tried to scoop it, but great shot from
It's one of the things we explain. You always try to move forward and catch the ball in the air. When you're not able to, that's when you scoop. Don't start off trying to scoop. Here's yellow shirt of post 6, Diaz. Diaz from the backhand at the 11 line. Nice and high. Ikeda takes it in the air. Diaz, rebote to the outside. Ikeda's on it with a hop. Crossing the side wall, this ball's going to go to the outside. That's a nice save by Diaz. Ikeda from the forehand. Diaz hanging in there. This is going to be it was going to be a nice big bouncy 2-all, but hit the overhead rail just below the screen. That's out of play. Point 4. 4 has 3 points. Our next matchup has Ikeda serving to Anderluck in the pink of post 7. That's an excellent serve by Ikeda. Anderluck picked it up before it crossed the wall. Ikeda goes high on the forehand to pass. Rebote 2-wall. Missed. That hit the pad. Point 4.
Is pad still bad, Stu?
Pad is still bad. Point is on the board. 4 is on the board with 4 points, rather. Here now to complete the first round of play. Purple shirt of post 8, Ben. Ben with a strong forehand throw. That scores. Point 8. That completes the first round of play, and all matchups are now worth 2 points. First to return in the second round, the blue shirt, Tennessee. Tennessee on a nice backhand. Here's Ben. Ben makes the rebote on the left side. Tennessee's there. Ben goes to the floor, almost landed on the ball. That happens every now and then. Particularly painful if you roll over on the ball trying to throw a fall down rebote. This point goes to the 2. Receiving, white shirt of post 3, Cool Fitness. Beautiful backhand throw by Cool Fitness. Nice rebote save on the forehand of Tennessee. Here's Cool Fitness. Cool Fitness goes all the way back. Usually you want to go forward. That time it worked out for him. Nice throw by Cool Fitness. Tennessee's going to let it pass to the rebote. Saves the rebote from the forehand. Here's Cool Fitness again. Reverse 2-all. Stopped in the air by Tennessee. Cool Fitness stops this one on the air on the backhand. Rebote. Left side. Tennessee, a 2-all. Nice little change-up. Chased down by Cool Fitness. That will score on the return. There's a name for that. We'll let you know what that name is next week. Point 3. 3 serves, returning 1 post. Vuelo. Ball tipped off the serve, point 3. 3 on the board with 4 points, serving to the black shirt of post 5. Here's Bueno receiving. Bueno from the backhand. That's a nice save, almost made by Cool Fitness. Got assessed on it, but it hit the overhead screen. Out of play, point 5.
That's still a nice run for Cool, though. A lot of great points there.
Excellent play by Cool Fitness. Our next matchup has Bueno serving to the returning yellow shirt of post 6. Here's Diaz. It's a nice backhand throw by Diaz. Good catch by Bueno. Nice changeup. Bueno read it, though. Diaz makes a great catch on the forehand. Bueno tipped it on the left side. Point 6. Here's post 7, Anderluck. Powerful backhand throw by Anderluck. Here's Diaz. Diaz got a piece of the side wall. Anderluck backs up to the 11 line, comes over the top, throws a carom hard, and it scores. The carom thrown forward as always, but to the side wall, the front wall, lands in, on the floor, and then cuts out. Point 7. Here's post 4 receiving, Ikeda. Anderluck with a nice catch on the backhand. Point 7. 7 on the board with 4 points. Here's post 8, Ben. Ball tied coming off the front wall. Here's Anderluck. Powerful forehand. Ben, powerful backhand. Rebote coming out all the way to the 5 line. Outside placement of the forehand. Rebote is going to score for Anderluck. What a shot. Point 7.
Yeah, that's a really good idea, Stu. Don't think Ben was expecting him to go outside with that off the rebote at all.
Possible game point for Anderluck. Trying to stop him, Tennessee in the blue of post 2. It's a hard serve by Anderluck. Tennessee's there. Nice reverse. Backhand, rather. Great catch by Tennessee. Anderluck goes for the forehand. Rebote is going to take a big bounce. It's going slow. Tough for Rebote. Terrible throw. Wow. Point and game to the pink shirt of post 7, Anderluck. This will be a playoff for second and third place. 3 serves, 2-4. Nice forehand throw by Ikeda. Here's Cool Fitness. Ikeda pulls it from the sidewall nicely. Cool Fitness sets for the rebote. Swing and a miss at the 8 line. Point and a second place finish for Ikeda in post 4. Cool Fitness finishes third in post 3. Unofficial order finish 7-4-3. Your prices will be up in a moment. So the 7 coming in both first and second game. Arguably, I know the numbers exist on this. I have not looked at them in years, but the 5 and the 7, two most difficult post positions to win from in Highlight because of the points doubling after the first round of play. So if you're in one of the early post positions, like 1 or 2, unless someone else runs it out, more than likely you're going to come around again. When you're in that 5 or 7, if you don't go on a good run the first go-around, not always a chance you're going to get back up in the second round. That gives us our prices for game number 2. The 4-7 Quinella, that's first and second in any order, returning $14.60. The trifecta, 7-4-3, $174.40. There's a consolation in the win. Don't throw away the 4 don't throw away the tickets, rather, if you had 4 to win. 4 to win, returning $6.40. Once again, that's 4 to win, returning $6.40. That'll take us to our next game, Game 3, the first of our 3 doubles games in this afternoon's performance. Actually, I have to be careful about saying afternoon because it's the matinee performance. We have an afternoon performance, and I was real insistent that it be called the afternoon performance, so, I don't want to screw that up myself. So this is the first of our 3 doubles games. We have a scratch in Game 3, post 4. Jedden is out. He's replaced by 0-0 Rock. Game 3, post 4. Scratch Jedden. Replace Jedden with Rock.
And Andrew and Stu, you both know that I love doubles, or Magic City Mayhem, as I like to call it.
Magic City Mayhem.
So we just kicked off our doubles season, and it's very interesting. The pairings just got started yesterday. We already seem to be getting a little bit of an idea of which teams may tend to dominate. I know that we each have individual feelings about that, but the team of Diaz and Anderluck, I think collectively all 3 of us believe that's going to be one of the stronger teams out there, and I guess they're in post 8 in this upcoming game.
Yes, absolutely no question that, in the first year when we first started, well, as we discussed yesterday, when we first started doubles, it was like Tin Can Alley. Do you remember that from the 70s, the shooting game or something? Yeah, no, it was. In fact, JR and I got most of our exercise just by sitting in the chair and throwing our hands in front of our faces. Balls were going over guys' heads. But we made it through it. And obviously doubles got a lot better, as the players have gotten better, the doubles have gotten better. So now there's the discrepancy between the players who are arguably the weakest and the strongest, that gap is becoming more and more narrow.
Right.
That gap is becoming more, when you look at the roster as a whole. So, yeah, some of these matchups, Anderluck is definitely the stronger of the two, but Diaz with that 2-all, especially with that 2-all in the catching, really strong.
Well, it's going to be an interesting season. See Andrew's take on this. Look, in last year's doubles season, really Douglas and Rock were dominant. And you look at the team like Douglas and Rock, and you essentially say, well, you've got, what might be the best player on the roster with potentially the weakest player on the roster, for being, blatantly honest here. But you go into this and you say, well, you have Douglas paired with Lamonte. Oh, they should just dominate this doubles. But when you have Diaz and Anderluck, and you have Fred and Ikeda, and you have Bueno and Tennessee, to me, Bueno and Tennessee, perfect example of 2 players who are both very competent players. There's not a lot of weaknesses there. And while you don't have a dominant player like a Douglas or potentially a Ron, a team with Bueno and Tennessee, because there's no real glaring weaknesses, they could make a run at this title as well.
Right, and another good point with that, Scott, is that's a team that has played together already, and communication we talked about yesterday is one of the big keys in doubles. We talked about consistency in catching, but communication, and that's sort of an intangible aspect of it that you can't really see on paper, but these guys have played together, they know, and as you mentioned, both very solid players, not really going to make mistakes, both very level-headed as well, and I think that's a big part of this sport. We mentioned it's difficult mentally, and those guys are very mentally strong from their sports background, so that's definitely a team to watch as well.
One of the things that was really entering into it, specifically with that team with Bueno and Tennessee, was since our players, as we've discussed, weren't trained as traditionally as front quarters or back quarters, which is typically how it works in Highlight. The first 2 years, they were allowed to basically switch in the team if they wanted to play front or back or... Diane was just saying, as I'm rambling on, that's right, we do have a video. So we'll talk about that Bueno thing after we come back.
Yeah, this video is, well, obviously we got a competitive sport here. Winning and losing is the key. I obviously want to win. So how do you win? How do you lose? This video is going to explain it for you right now.
The main rule of Highlight is simple. Players must catch and return the ball in one fluid motion. Sounds easy enough, right? So how do you win? You can win a matchup simply if your opponent overserves, underserves, or serves the ball out of bounds. On the flip side, your opponent wins the matchup if the serve is so good that you fail to catch and return the ball to the front wall. If your opponent fails to catch the ball before it bounces twice on the ground, or if your opponent's cesta makes contact with the ball but doesn't catch it, then, in both of those cases, you win the matchup. You can also win a matchup if the ball bounces around in your opponent's cesta during an attempted catch. This is called juggling, and it's illegal in Highline. Another way to win a matchup is if your opponent throws the ball and it lands out of bounds on its return from the wall. The overall game strategy for a highlight player is to make it difficult for an opponent to reach the ball in time or to execute a rebuttal play.
All right, guys, we hope you have a little more understanding about how the game works. After watching that video, as we mentioned, Game 3 will be our first of 3 doubles games in this performance. And we'll take a quick look at the standings. Yesterday was our first day of doubles play. Last year's doubles champion, overall doubles champion, Douglas got on the board with his new partner this season, Lamonti. They have 1 win. You go down the list, Kubala and Asier, another one of the teams that played together in a doubles tournament last year. They got on the board with 1. Anderlecht and Diaz, we mentioned, certainly one of the hottest teams on paper. If you're looking, pick a favorite team, one that might win this, or maybe a pick 3, a high 5, a good team to look for those. Anderlecht and Diaz, you got the team of Ikeda and Fred. Obviously, Ikeda's playing terrific in singles play, and Fred, the double specialist, finished second in 2 of the doubles tournaments last year. And then Tennessee and Bueno with 1 win. So 5 teams, all with 1 win, Stu. So very hotly contested thus far. Obviously, we've only had 1 day of play. But we're going till June 27th, so a lot of ground to make up for a lot of these teams. Still anyone's ball game, obviously.
That was a brilliant and concise analysis. I'm impressed. I mean,
You think so?
Their time management there was excellent.
I can't even, we were just talking. I can see the reflection of the clock, and it goes to 0.
And it goes to 0.
How about that?
Which means we're ready to begin game number 3, a spectacular 7 doubles match. Play to 7 points, points double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirts of post 1, we have the team of Asier and Kubala. Receiving in the blue of post 2, Juice and Carballo. This is the first matchup of the first doubles game this afternoon. Once again, has Asier serving to the blue shirts of post 2, Juice and Carballo. Judges are in place. Whistle's gone off. Time to begin game 3. Asier serves. We begin game 3. Here's Kubala from the forehand. Big bounce, middle of the court. Nice rebote save by Carballo. Juice for the rebote. Too low. Hit the pad. Point 1. 1 first up on the board in our third game. Our next matchup has Asier serving to the white shirts of post 3. Here's CRB and Vuelo. Bolo from the forehand at the 12 line. Here's Kubala. He comes over the top on the forehand. CRB is there. CRB rifles it hard, a little too hard. That hit the overhead screen. Point 1.
That's a good play by CRB there to cut it off at the front court, but just lost control on that throw, getting it into Machu Picchu.
That'll bring to the court the green shirts of Post 4, Cool Fitness, and Rock. Rock substitutes for Jedden. Rock grabbed the serve, throws an outside placement. Assier's there. Cool Fitness, good pickup on the backhand. Here's Kubala. Cool Fitness goes to the ground, can't make the play. Inspired play by the 4 team here. They did, however, lose that point. Point goes to the 1. 1 is on the board with 3 points and serving to the black shirts of Post 5. Receiving, we have Fred and Ikeda. Ikeda moves in to make the catch. Sends it back hard from the forehand. Rebote, it's a 2-all. Lands out. Point 5. Our next matchup has Fred serving to the yellow shirts of Post 6. Here's Bueno and Tennessee. Bueno picks the serve, sends it back. Ikeda for the rebote.
That's a great save.
Big bounce. Bueno's getting into position. Got it. Outside placement, scooped up by Fred. Fred just rifles this reverse. Bueno for the rebote. Coming right at his face. May want to think about taking that on the left side next time. Wow. Point 6. Here's Post 7 in the pink shirts, Lamonte and Douglas. Powerful reverse by Douglas. Another hard throw. Bueno goes to the floor.
Wow.
Here's Lamonte. Lamonte goes outside. Bueno tipped it. Bueno may have been thinking about the throw on that one. Right off his cesta, point 7. Here now to complete the first round and receive wearing the purple shirts at Post 8, we have Diaz and Anderluck. Lamonte makes the catch, throws it hard, comes off the sidewall. Anderluck's there. Douglas hustles to make the catch on the forehand, comes over the top. Anderluck calls for it. Lamonte, sidewall, inside placement. Anderluck on the run. That ball did not bobble. It rolled, but it did not bobble in his cesta. Anderluck on the backhand. Here's Douglas. Good catch by Anderluck. Douglas from the 12 line. Over the top. Big bounce. Goes up high. Anderluck pulls it down. Does not hold it. Returns a carom. Picked off by Lamonte. Lamonte makes Anderluck run yet again.
Wow.
This time it's going to score point 7.
Unbelievable point and great play by Lamonte there to score.
Wow.
For the 18.
Beautifully played. Arguably the best point of the season so far. That also completes the first round of play. All points are now double. First to return, the 2-post. Juice and Carballo. Douglas with a powerful forehand. Carballo's there. Carballo with a nice catch. Here's Anderluck. Anderluck, outside placement. Wow. Yeah, that's definitely going to score. Point 7. 7 on the board with 4 points. Here's Post 3. CRB and Vuelo receive. Overserve. Ball still got to land between the 4 and 7 line. That's an overserve. This point goes to the 3. That'll bring back the green shirts at post 4. Here's Rock and Cool Fitness. Ball dropped off the serve, point 3. 3 on the board with 4 points. Receiving, post 1, Asier and Kubala. This next matchup has CRB serving to the red shirts at post 1. Kubala on the backhand, low and hard, crossing the wall. Vuelo's got it. Point 3. Possible game point. White shirts at post 3. CRB and Vuelo trying to stop them. Post 5. Fred and Ikeda. Over serve. Once again, ball's got to land between the 4 and 7 line. This point goes to the 5. Play continues. And our first doubles game in the matinee performance. 5 on the board with 3 points, serving to post 6. Bueno and Tennessee receive. Bueno, little aggressive on that serve. That's one you should definitely let go. Good serve by Fred. Point 5. Possible game point for the black shirts at post 5. Fred and Ikeda trying to stop them. Diaz and Anderluck. Anderluck from the forehand. That's a powerful forehand. Great catch by Ikeda. Anderluck again. Big right side. Outside placement. That scores. Point 8. Play continues. 8 on the board with 2 points. Serving to the blue of post 2. Juice and Carballo. Carballo, backhand, deep in the backcourt. Great hop and a good catch by Anderluck. Carballo was going for the timing on that catch. Timing was off. Point 8. Post 7 receives in the pink shirts, Lamonte and Douglas. Powerful reverse by Douglas. Anderluck backing up. Anderluck going for that rebote. That was probably Diaz's rebote. This point goes to post 7.
And that's the thing we talk about, communication there. Diaz maybe could have called him off, and probably his shot. You're right, Stu.
Possible game point for post 7. Lamonte and Douglas trying to stop them. Rock and Cool Fitness. Cool Fitness moves up. Makes the catch on the forehand. Throws the carom off the court. Point and game to the pink shirts of post 7. Lamonte and Douglas. No playoff here. 3 places, 5 shows. That means 3 comes in second, 5 comes in third. Unofficial order of finish, 7-3-5. Wow, that's not a pleasant trifecta, is it? Whoever has it, that would be great.
I was going to say it's a lucky 7 today. 7-7-7.
Actually, you that is the truest thing you've said. Magic City defies the odds. We opened during a pandemic. We opened it all. We got out of players with no experience. I mean, it's kind of mind-boggling. In a wonderful kind of way.
In a wonderful way.
In a wonderful way.
That was a great doubles game, by the way, guys.
That was fantastic, wasn't it?
Best game of the year. Oh, yeah. Short season.
Results are official. Coming in first, post 7. Lamonte Douglas taking second, post 3. CRB Vuelo coming in third, post 5. Fred and Ikeda. 7-3-5 is the official order of finish. And we'll have your prices in just a moment. Now, one of the things that before we cut, we're getting our timing down with this. We're trying to get our timing. Before I realized that the video was coming up, we were talking about Anderluck and actually we're talking about Bueno, and this was a perfect example. We've handicapped the teams by having stronger players in the back, but Bueno, by playing in the front, takes the serve more aggressively than anyone else. And that time he went for it when he absolutely shouldn't have gone for it on the forehand. The 3-7 Quinella returning $34.50. The trifecta 7-3-5, $139.60. So there's an advantage that the Bueno team does have in that the first 2 years we allowed them to switch back and forth. This year they're a little bit more restricted. That doesn't mean that we've defined someone as being necessarily a front quarter or back quarter. This just works well for this right now, and they're not able to switch. Only 2 teams are able to switch, which is Jedden, Cool Fitness, and I forget who the other one is, who's allowed to switch. But all the other teams are set with front and back court. So with Bueno up in the front, you're really going to have to work to get the serve by him consistently.
No, these doubles matches are outstanding, and I think we saw little flashes from the teams we spoke about. I mean, Douglas and Lamonte winning the game, but not a run out or anything, and they had to sit back here and watch other teams have a chance to win. You saw the Fred and Ikeda team, and you saw Diaz and Anderluck and Bueno and Tennessee. It's going to be, I think, a far more competitive doubles season, and when Ron returns to action, which is anticipated to be next week, he'll be playing alongside Rock as his doubles partner, and I think we're going to see a much more even chase for the doubles title.
I don't think there's any question about it, and something that we also noticed is you saw Cool Fitness do it at the end. You saw one of the other, I forgot who the other team was, but if you're playing against Douglas and Lamonte, you're going to get it to Lamonte. I mean, you're just going to try to throw it. Now, but the key is that sometimes puts you under a certain amount of pressure to try to throw shots that you necessarily isn't the right shot to throw at that time. In this case, Lamonte got to those balls. He had one overserve, which screwed up that run. But apart from that overserve, those 2 balls, they were throwing it to Lamonte, throw it to the weaker of the 2 players. Lamonte caught it. So
absolutely, and I think we're going to see a lot of that, except with, as you said, the team of Tennessee and Bueno, where you really can't, if you will, pick on the front quarter. And a lot of these other teams, the weaker player is going to be assumed to be the front quarter, so the back quarters are going to go after the front quarters. But Lamonte stood his ground there and just played great front court. You even saw in that doubles game Rock taking a serve.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, these guys are all getting better and better, as you said, Stu.
Yeah, no, it's the improvement that we noticed in the off season across the board was everybody, for the most part. Like last year, we had a problem with Juice, frankly, who played really, really well comparatively in the first season. Then he went through that nasty ankle injury, and he came back in the second season, and he wasn't able to get back to where he was, and he still had a difficult time coming back from that. Consistently, though, across the board, the majority of players have continued to show improvement in weak areas that they've had. That is one thing that we did specifically after we finished November 2019 going into 2020. We focused on specific areas, like with Anderluck, his left side, the backhand, the costado, the rebote. Costado is a term we'll get to at some point later on, but these are all things that we worked on with Anderson. What makes it so particularly interesting with Anderson is that he is left-handed. So throughout the history of Jai-Alai, left-handed Jai-Alai players typically have to play with it on their right hand, but they have really good left sides. They typically throw shots really well from that. They usually have a good rebote from there. Anderluck kind of bucks that tradition. He's got a phenomenal right side, even though he's a left-handed player. And his left side we worked on going into year 3.
No, they're one of the interesting teams. And, the other thing we were talking about, all the apparent C words in highlight, catch, and concentration, and communication, and a few others that Andrew threw out there, and we'll get back to them. But communication in doubles, I know Stu last week and beginning of this week, it was all about concentration and catch the ball. But the communication in doubles is so important, and we're realizing there's a lot of parallels between our sport and tennis. In terminology and also in playing the game. A great doubles team in tennis is constantly talking to each other, and it's the same thing in Jai-Alai. They need to communicate. There was that one ball in this past game that really probably was Diaz's ball that Anderluck took, and if better communication is going to probably make them a better team.
Yeah, and you need to have. I'm sorry, Andrew.
I was going to say, and that's the thing. If Diaz puts that ball up on the front wall, they could run and win that game. And if he doesn't, they obviously make the miss. They sit back on the bench and they don't get another chance to come back up. So it's, just a little mistake in that concentration and communication that could really, dictate who wins the game.
We have 2 minutes till we begin game 4. Just so you know, there are no scratches. In our 4th game, there have been scratches in most of the other games, just not in game 4. But no, that's definitely one where Diaz probably should have called Anderluck off. But the fact that it's only the second day, as they come back and they're able to process that as a team, as teammates, they'll sit and they'll discuss it. And hopefully Diaz will tell Anderluck, I need you to back off of those, or Anderson will tell him. And just so you know, I'm using Anderson and Anderluck interchangeably. Anderluck's name is Anderson Correa, so that is one thing.
His first name is not Anderluck.
Yeah, no.
You've got the question.
No, I'm not gonna. So I'm probably gonna continue to screw that up. But specifically being told, Anderson, I need you to back off those. Anderson will then turn and tell him, I need you to call me off.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in baseball, the center fielder is the captain in the outfield, and the center fielder calls off the left fielder and the right fielder. If you have a dominant left fielder or right fielder who wants to go and get all the balls, it's the center fielder's job to call him off. So, as Anderluck would say to Diaz, hey, if it's your ball, let me know, and I will back off. But you got to let me know, because if you don't, it's Anderluck's personality. He's going for everything.
And the funny thing that we have in Jai-Alai is that typically you call that off with boy. You just say boy, B-O-Y. And Albarba, being contrarian, was, why can't I just tell him to let it go? I said, because that's 3 words. you could just, I said, it's not rocket science. That's 3 words. If you could just go, boy, and like J.R. Arasate over here, when he would call boy, he's got that deep, fast voice. Yeah, now that was intimidating, so you definitely didn't go for the ball when he called off. We have less than 1 minute till post. And so, yeah, by definition, if you say it in a deep voice, maybe they're more likely to let it go. We have 1 minute till we begin game number 4. Game 4 will begin in just 1 minute. Once again, there are no scratches, and it's a spectacular 7 singles match. Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to begin game number 4, a spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. All points will double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirt of post 1, we have number 31, Aussier. Receiving in the blue of post 2, number 24, Cool Fitness. Our first matchup has Aussier serving Cool Fitness. Aussier serves. We begin game 4. Robote, it's a 2-all. Aussier is out of the way. Cool Fitness is there. Ball missed. Midcourt. Point 2. Our next matchup has Cool Fitness serving to the white shirt of post 3, CRB. CRB from the backhand. It stays nice and inside. Fine Robote play by Cool Fitness. Here's CRB from the 7 line. Ball tipped. Point 3. Three now served to the green shirt of post 4, receiving number 10, Juice. Juice from the forehand comes over the top. Cool Fitness stops it in the air. Hard throw, midcourt. Here's Juice. Low and hard by Juice. Cool Fitness is there. Rather, CRB.
Yes.
2 bounces. That scores point 4.
That's a great shot from Juice there, just above the pad to the outside.
Black shirt at post 5. Lamonte receives. Juice on the Robote to the inside. Lamonte's got it. Nice backhand by Lamonte. Way wild. Off the court, out of play. Point 5.
Yeah, Juice always gets in pretty good position on those Robotes, but sometimes just lacks a little bit of control in the throws, too.
Definitely. Here is the yellow shirt at post 6, Tennessee. This ball crossing the wall perfectly at the 11 line and scoring, .5. Nice serve by Lamonte. That'll bring to the court. Pink shirt, post 7, Vuelo. Next matchup has Lamonte serving to Vuelo. Lamonte from the forehand, nice and hard. Vuelo's got it. Lamonte, swing and a miss, mid-court, .7. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirt of post 8, we have number 9, Fred. That's an excellent serve by Vuelo. That's a good catch by Fred. Wasn't able to have control of it in his cesta. And it went to the overhead screen. Out of play, .7. That completes the first round of play, and all matchups are now worth 2 points through the end of the game. Here's Assier, post 1. Missed Rebote, .1. One on the board with 2 points, serving to post 2. Cool Fitness. It's a great serve by Assier. Nice pickup on the backhand of Assier. The reverse, however, goes too low. .2. Cool Fitness has 2 points. He serves to the white shirt of post 3. Returning is CRB. That's an outside serve by Cool Fitness. CRB scores on the return. .3. Here's the green shirt. Post 4, Juice receives. Juice from the forehand. That's a powerful throw. Rebote, not played, .4. 4 on the board with 3 points. Here's post 6 in the yellow shirt, Tennessee. Our matchup has Juice serving to number 37, Tennessee. What a pickup on the backhand. He throws to the outside. Tennessee makes the Rebote to the inside. Here's Juice. Knocked it down. .6. Here's post 5, Lamonte. Ball missed. .6. 6 has 4 points. Back and ready to receive. The purple shirt, post 8, Fred. An excellent serve by Tennessee. Here's Fred. Fred gets control of this one. Here's Tennessee. Fred from the forehand at the 11 line. Change up on the soft play, not soft enough. That came all the way back to the 8 line. Fred with a nice backhand throw. Tennessee Just swung at that one and sent it off the court. Point 8. Receiving, post 7. Vuelo. That's a good serve by Fred. Vuelo's there. Fred tries another one. Vuelo's got it. Rifles this. Rebote coming way out. Fred on the rebote. Not pretty, but he gets it up to the front wall nicely. Fred makes the catch.
Scoop.
That was the smart play. Vuelo was locked up inside. That was the smart play by Fred. Try to throw that 2-all. Just missed. Point 7.
Now you can tell there Fred really frustrated with himself. Played a really strong point. Could have finished it off there. Just needed it a little bit higher above that pad.
7 has 4 points. Vuelo will serve in this next matchup to the red shirt of post 1, Aussier. Vuelo comes strong from the forehand. Here's Aussier. Aussier, rebote save on the left side. Here's Vuelo. Vuelo powers it. Aussier. Wow. That looked like it almost was going to make it. The long 2-all. Just missed. Point 7.
And we've seen some pretty good rebotes on this court. That one, if it would have hit Stu, would have been probably one of the top ones.
That would have been great. Possible game point for Vuelo in the pink of post 7. Trying to stop him. Cool Fitness. Here's Cool Fitness on the backhand. Nice and hard and inside. Cool Fitness has it. Vuelo got out of the way. Vuelo's there. Vuelo throws another one nice and hard to the corner. That's perfect placement. That's a wonderful rebote. It's a Dejada rebote. Cool Fitness better run. This one's going all the way. Point and game to the pink shirt of post 7, Vuelo. 7 wins it. 6 comes in second. 3, 4, and 2 will play off for third place. 3 first serves to 4. It's a hard throw by Juice. Nice rebote save by CRB. Juice from the 10 line. Well placed, just above the pad and low enough to score. Point 4. Possible third place finish here for Juice. Trying to stop him. Cool Fitness. Cool Fitness on the backhand. Here's Juice. Drop ball, point 2. We'll turn him around now. 2 has 5, 4 has 5. This is third place. Cool Fitness serves to Juice. Hard throw by Juice. Good catch by Cool Fitness. Karam by Cool Fitness. Juice stops it. Lost his footing. Fell. Good effort by Juice to get that ball. Point and the third place finish goes to Cool Fitness. Unofficial order finish 7-6-2. Your prices will be up in a moment. 7 again. What are the odds? Actually, I promise you, there are people watching this signal right now who know exactly what the odds are. They have their own odds tables and stuff. They explain it to me. I smile and nod. I don't understand most of it though.
Algorithms. That's a big part of Highlight on the handicapping side, the wagering side. Algorithms. Well, you could see 4 1s or 4 8s coming in, but I mean, it can't be very often in Highlight. And Stu, I mean, you're the maven, as they say. 4 7s in a row is, I mean, I don't think you would see that.
I can't remember the last time I saw that. I mean, it's safe to say that the what's its name? That the Mighty Ocho is definitely safe. I mean,
I think the highest it's gotten is 5. Even
yeah, I think we're safe with the Ocho.
I don't think anybody's going to hit the Mighty Ocho.
What's the game when you need all the 7s? Yahtzee or something? Is it?
I don't remember. 777 Yachts. I think that. Wow, it's been years since.
Andrew probably doesn't know what Yahtzee is.
No, come on.
Yahtzee,
he doesn't have a DVD or a blue. I mean, he looked at me
He
like
got an
I'm
Xbox.
crazy.
That's a Blu-ray.
Actually,
That's a
all the
Blu-ray
millennials
player.
did that originally. They looked at me and were like, "You have a DVD? How old are you?" It's like, "I'm 51, and it's none of your business." Moving on. Here are the prices from game number 4. 762 was the result. We have a Quinella. Constellation. 7 all, 340. 6 all, 280. The trifecta 762. That's first, second, and third place finish, 276.15. Now, when you see an all, someone asked this question the other day. That means that there were no bets that had the 7-6 or the 6-7, which is not surprising. That's a kind of difficult combination. So then you put the 7 with all numbers and the 6 with all numbers as a consolation payoff. Doesn't pay a lot, but you may get your initial, maybe you won't get your initial bet back. But again, this is why betting is not essential to enjoying Highlight. On that, I'm going to take a quick break.
Well, Andrew and I will have some millennial old man banter.
We're ready for it, Scott.
All right.
Hit me with it.
No, well, I mean, the Yahtzee thing got me thinking about this pandemic, and I think there's probably been a resurgence of board games, And Andrew, I don't know about you. I'm sure you probably know Monopoly, at least, I would hope. But
Monopoly, sure.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I've been playing a couple. We got Sorry. That's one that my mom sent over. That was a good one.
Sorry is a classic.
Classic board game. I know a lot of people have been playing Battleship. That's one that I never got into as a kid. I know they have those on the phone too. They have all those apps where you can play the games. You have the little cup pong. They got Battleship. So pretty much everything you can do with those board games now. You can do them online. Just play with your friends over text. It's pretty fun. Have you checked that out?
I've stuck to the old-fashioned Battleship where I'm sitting across from you and you say E7 and then you cry out, "You sunk my battleship." It's right there. It's mano a mano. We also have that. Do you remember the game Trouble, where you pop the popper and try and race around the board?
God, this is a nostalgic conversation. Wow, I remember the pop of the bubble distinctly. I remember I would just hit it and try to get to certain numbers. Oh my.
We are having some very heated Trouble games in my household.
You're kidding. Wow.
Absolutely.
What's the I kind of forgot. I know they have the bubble, so how does it work?
Each roll you have 4 men that you have to get around the board and back to your home base, so to speak, and then you can get picked off as you make your way around the board. It becomes a very vindictive game.
They got the colored circles, and you got to,
Stu might be familiar with the game of Trouble, the board game Trouble.
No.
Drawing Andrew was good with Monopoly. He shocked me with knowing what Sorry was. He knows the game Sorry.
I do remember Sorry.
Sorry.
And he's played some
board games when I was a kid. Here we go. Here's random. I was asthmatic, so I spent time inside, a lot of time inside, with my wonderful mother, who I imagine is listening right now. Thank you, Mom, for tuning in, and also thanks for playing the board games with me in the oxygen tent. But no, it was Monopoly rarely, but that Clue.
I remember the game, but I don't remember how that game was played.
Yeah, I like Clue, but Sorry and my friends had Battleship, and I was jealous.
Battleship. We were talking about Battleship. Absolutely.
I never played with the.
Did you ever cheat in Battleship?
Just hit? No.
No.
Why would you guess that?
It's
E6,
true.
E7, no, it's not.
It's true, and then it's you want to peek over the other side. Yes, that has to be it.
That's.
Well, I was saying that there's probably been a resurgence of board game popularity during this pandemic and all of us stuck inside. So
a big thing, puzzles also. I know a lot of people, Instagram stories, Snapchat stories, puzzles everywhere. That's a big thing. I've
gone
as far as Instagram. I can't Snapchat. I just haven't. Not my speed.
Well, Stu, you're way ahead of me. No Instagram. No Snapchat and no the Facebook.
Nope.
No,
the
the
Facebook.
You're not on the
The
Facebook
Facebook.
either.
That's
Not
how
on
you
the
know.
Facebook.
He's not on the Facebook.
For a millennial Gen Z type, I'm not very active with the social media as much as people are. So I'm not really a connoisseur as you might think.
Would you refer to yourself, millennial Gen Z?
A millennial slash Gen Z.
Slash Gen Z?
Yeah, new thing.
Wow.
Testing it out.
That's
See,
reasonable.
see what the fans think. See what they post online.
Well, I'm enthralled with the live chat we have on the Highlight channel.
Oh yeah, I noticed one thing in that.
I haven't
chat.
seen it.
You haven't seen that chat?
No.
One thing in that chat yesterday that, I kid you not, made me laugh for 10 minutes straight was those Pad is Bad t-shirts. If we can get the Pad is Bad t-shirts,
Oh, God.
I will pay a premium. I'll announce it over the air. Anything. I need a shirt that
Look,
says
you're
Pad
talking
is
to the
Bad.
you said I'm the Maven. You're the T-shirt Maven. Scott's got a T-shirt for everything.
We probably can work on a
We
the
can
pad
work
is
on it.
bad. We're gonna get our crack marketing director Susie, who might even be listening to this broadcast, on the pad is bad T-shirts. The other thing, though, on the chat, which is interesting. People have nicknames. Some people, I guess, actually put their real names out there. But it's an interesting collection of former highlight players, amateur highlight players, and a lot of new people on the chat. So you see a lot of different things. And it's nice when people are explaining terminology on the chat, maybe to some of our new listeners, and they're getting a little bit of a hang of the lingo. So.
Wow, that's good to hear. That's definitely good to hear. Just real quick, we have 2 minutes to go, and there are 2 scratches. Game 5, post 2. Remember, El Barba and Jedden are out of this program. Were scheduled to be in Game 5. They're both scratched, meaning that they were scheduled. They're not playing for medical reasons. So Game 5, post 2, El Barba's out, replaced by Rock. Game 5, post 2, scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with Rock. Game 5, post 5, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Tennessee.
Well, gentlemen, we've had 4 sevens in a row. I'm looking at this game. Doubles, my favorite, of course. Fred and Ikeda in the 7 post.
They have a possibility
I
of
was
winning.
going to say, they could keep 5 in a row.
They have a shot. I'm going to go out on a limb here and look at the Diaz-Anderluck pairing in post 1 as a strong shot to win this game. But, like you said, the 7 is certainly very much alive in Game 5.
Well, and if Douglas is listening in, he'll just go look out of the corner of his eye and says, that means you don't think I can win this game? And then he's going to come back and he's going to scoop and jump and run, and then they're going to throw
Catch
it at
it between
Lamonte.
his legs.
No. That is something that he tries to do that we strictly... No.
That's
anything
never-
that's in the practices, and he and Carballo, anything that's going to potentially get you injured and out of the program, don't do.
And if it takes a high bounce, that's not what you want either.
There's
Probably
no question
not
about
safe.
that. We have less than a minute to go till we begin Game 5, the second of 3 doubles games in this Friday matinee performance. Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to begin game number 5, a spectacular 7 doubles match. Play to 7 points, all points double after the first round of play. That's what spectacular scoring means. Spectacular 7, we play to 7 points, points double. Serving in the red shirt at post 1, the first matchup, we have Diaz and Anderluck. Diaz being kind of cute there with the serve. We got Diaz and Anderluck serving in the red shirt at post 1, and Rock and Ben in post 2. Rock substitutes for El Barba. Diaz serves. Game 5 has begun. It's a powerful, powerful throw by Ben. Anderluck with a great catch on the forehand. That's a carom. Too much. Got too much of the side wall. Thrown off the court. Point 2. 2 is first up on the board in our 5th game. Here is the white shirts of post 3 receiving Juice and Carballo. Carballo, strong backhand. Ben for the rebote. 2-all rebote. That one lands wide too. Point 3.
And that one just caught a lot of spin. As you mentioned, that spin, once it hits the wall, there's a lot of different spins. That one really just shot off that front wall.
It absolutely did. Here are the green shirts, post 4. Lamonte and Douglas. Lamonte grabs it, throws it back hard. Here's Carballo. Douglas, strong rebote, looking for placement. Carballo hangs in there nicely. Douglas has got to run all the way up. He's got it. Hard throw to the inside. Carballo on the run. Scores on the second bounce. Point 4. Lots of running in that point. Lamonte now serves to the black shirts of post 5. In this next matchup, we have Cool Fitness and Tennessee. That ball took a big bounce. Somehow or other, Douglas threw that on the backhand. That was pretty interesting. It's a hard throw. Rebote by Cool Fitness. That's well played. Beautifully played by Cool Fitness. Here's Douglas. Douglas looking to get placement. He got it. Low to the inside, coming at the knees of Tennessee, crossing the side wall. Well played by both teams. Cool Fitness did well there. Point 4. Here's post 6, the yellow shirts, CRB and Vuelo. Vuelo again with that backhand 2-wall. That one did not work. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's one of those where it catches a piece of the sidewall and shoots out. Yep. Okay, moving on. Point goes to the 6. Here's post 7, the pink shirts. Fred and Ikeda. Underserve. Ball's got to land between the 4 and 7 line. That's an underserve. Point 7. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirts of post 8. The matchup has Fred serving to Asier and Kubala. Catch by Ikeda. Big bounce. Comes down at the 13 line. Ikeda's got it. Here's Kubala over the top. What a catch by Ikeda, made way overhead. He fires it back. Moves out of the way. Kubala from the backhand. Here's Ikeda again. Pickup on the forehand of Kubala. Ikeda from the 13 line. Comes strong on the forehand. Jesus. He's okay, thankfully. That was a Magic City bounce. And that's also why we wear helmets. Point 7. That completes the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points. Here's post 1. Diaz and Anderluck. Great catch by Anderluck at the side wall. That stayed away from the overhead screen. Fred turns the rebote nicely. Here's Anderluck. Ikeda keeping it on the forehand. Here's Diaz. Diaz looking to get that placement scooped up by Ikeda. That ball took a gigantic bounce off the floor. That is, we'll call it what it is. That's called picada for the big bounce. Point 7. Seven on the board with 4 points. Here's post 2. Rock and Ben. Point 7. And Yes, you're seeing correctly. Possible game point here for post 7. The pink shirts, Fred and Ikeda. Possible game point. Trying to stop them. Juice and Carballo. Carballo from the forehand. Karam. Ikeda's got it. Ikeda comes over the top. That's a great catch by Carballo. Pulling it from the side wall. Ikeda for the rebote. Forehand rebote by Ikeda. Carballo from the 11 line. Big bounce brought down by Ikeda. Carballo makes the catch. Dehada, not soft enough. Fred's got it. Fred rifles this rebote coming way, way, way out. Juice, hang on there this time to make that rebote. Here's Ikeda. Cortada by Ikeda. That's our word for the week, cortada. Thrown low and hard just above the pad that caught the pad. Point 3, plays going to continue. What a point. 3 now serves to the black shirts at post 5. Here's Cool Fitness and Tennessee. Carballo with the catch. That's a carom. Tennessee could not get there. Point 3. Possible game point for the white shirts of post 3. Juice and Carballo trying to stop them. Lamonte and Douglas. That's a hard throw. Coming out as a line drive on the rebote. Douglas on the catch. That's the backhand. Carballo running all the way and then hopping and jumping and missed it. Point 4. Four on the board with 4 points. Here's post 6. The yellow shirts. CRB and Vuelo. Good serve by Lamonte. Here's Vuelo from the 11 line. Good catch by Douglas. Hard backhand follows. Here's CRB for the rebote. Douglas from the backhand. Low and hard. Vuelo's there right off his cesta. Point 4. Possible game point for the green shirts of post 4. Lamonte and Douglas trying to stop them. Assier and Kubala. Kubala on the catch. Douglas takes it in the air. Hard forehand. Kubala makes the catch. Douglas from the 13 line. Big right side. Taken in the air by Assier. Douglas on the catch. Low and hard. Kubala's there. Douglas again from the forehand. Karam fired. Stopped by Assier. Assier with the carambola. Douglas moves out of the way to make the catch. Nicely. That's a rebote. Oliver makes the catch. Actually, his name is Lamonte. The reverse, however, lands off the court. Point 8. Well played by both teams. Play continues. 8 has 2 points. Here's post 1 receiving. This next matchup has Assier serving to Diaz and Anderluck. Anderluck moves up to make the catch. There's the backhand. Over Kubala's head. Rebote for Assier. Off the court on the 2-all attempt. Point 1. 1 on the board with 2 points. This next matchup has Diaz serving to the blue shirts opposed to Rock and Ben. over serve, point 2. 2 has 3 points, but returning with possible game point, the pink shirts of post 7. Fred and Ikeda. That's a good serve by Rock. Ikeda's there. Ikeda really lets go with this forehand. Passes it wall to wall. That's a Miss Robote point in game. Pink shirts of post 7. Fred and Ikeda. Four comes in second. 3 comes in third. Unofficial order finish is 7-4-3. That's right. 7-1 again.
Now that's something. 5 sevens in a row. Stu, seriously, have you seen 5? I mean, you recall 5 sevens in a row? I don't think it hasn't happened in our 3 years here. Absolutely.
I remember last year there was 4 where there were maybe 3 or 4 of them in a row, but not one in the lane.
We have JR's 40 years weighing in that he hasn't seen 5 sevens in a row to start off.
Yeah.
JR's 40 years, my 30 years. I don't ever remember seeing that, ever. I don't ever. I mean, it's really rare to see in traditional highlights, really rare to see 5 whatevers coming in first. You'd expect potentially to see it with a 1 or a 2, but not with.
No, we're chatting back here.
Yes,
about
off the microphone, which is kind of boring if you're watching.
About what a rarity this actually is, and again for the highlight enthusiasts and those amateur players and those former pros and people that are watching, they're got to be scratching their head and saying, "Wow, this is crazy." But Stu, hopefully in a way that I can understand, you can explain somewhat why it is so rare to have the number 7 win 5 consecutive games. I mean, statistically, the odds are against 7 winning to start with.
7 and the 7 post and the 5 post are the most with the round robin. So with one player beating another player going to the end of the rotation, and then points doubling after the first round of play. The likelihood of the 5 or the 7 getting up a second time is particularly difficult. Now, the 8 does have a statistical advantage because the first point that the 8 earns is 1 point. However, that's 2 points thereafter. Right. So, especially for getting into second or third. So, it's really the doubling of points and the spectacular 7 scoring. For instance, in straight scoring, in straight point scoring, the 8 has the biggest disadvantage. And when you do straight points without points doubling, statistically anyway.
Well,
now don't quote me on the statistics because I don't. Let me give these prices here. We've got a $2 Quinella 4-7 returning $9.80. People are starting either not to. they're either picking up on the 7 and want to be part of it, or because that was under $10 on that Quinella, which means that we either cashed a lot of tickets. There wasn't a lot of money in the pool to begin with. The $2 trifecta, the 743. That's all 3 numbers. $240.80. So back to the 7. Wow, 5 sevens in a row.
I was going to say, there is a book that has all the math and the probabilities of post positions, and someone gave it to me. I did trivia and talked to a highlight announcer, and this guy said, I got this book, and he gave it to me. So we have all the numbers, so maybe we can bring it in and we can give some more accurate statistics for those post positions and all those numbers. It's all very interesting.
And if it's in a book, it must be true.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. If it's in a book, it must be true.
But it is one of the things. I know we're talking a lot about wagering, but for the new people, and we're happy to have you just sit back and listen to Andrew and Stu banter and watch the great highlight. I mean, it's a lot of fun. These points we've seen today, actually, in both doubles games have been outstanding, and some of the front court play, it's really been terrific.
No question about it, and lots of hustle and understanding. It's funny because I had to try to come up with when JR and I were training players first year and second year. You got to try to simplify some of these concepts. And so CTFB, which we of course don't say what it stands for, but it does involve catching the ball, and just to focus on, what do I do to do X, Y, and Z? CTFB, you just catch the blinking ball. And realistically, that is, no matter how long you play this, until it becomes automatic, which never became automatic for me. It become automatic for some people. On this roster, we're not anywhere near to where it's going to be becoming automatic. You really need to focus on catching that ball every single time. 2 distinct processes. There's a catch and a throw. You can't hold the ball, and they happen a split second apart or maybe a second apart, but they're 2 distinct processes. One of the most common errors and we did see it. I don't know if it was in this game or the early game, but I think I commented on it. Was thinking about the throw before you make the catch. That's I'm going to throw a shot. He's on the inside. I'm going to throw a 2-all, and you miss the catch.
Well, and it's another sports parallel. Let Andrew run with this a little bit, but that's the wide receiver who starts to run downfield before he catches and secures the ball.
Right, yeah. No, I was just going to say, and Highlight definitely parallels a lot of sports in that way is, you obviously need to catch the ball to be able to make the play, and that's really the first part of it. And you see it all the time watching NFL games, as Scott was saying, and plenty of other sports. You just take your eye off of it for a split second, and you see some of the best receivers in the games. I've seen Julio Jones, DeAndre Hopkins, guys like this, and they may not drop it often, but you see when they do drop it and they show those slow-mo replays, they move their eyes downfield because they're looking at that green grass ahead of them in football. And same thing in Highlight, they're looking at that throw and more worried about the throw than necessarily securing that catch because they're, it's just in their head, it's kind of automatic to them, but it's really, as you said,
one correction that, and you actually set this up perfectly, because one correction that we made with Ikeda, for instance, Ikeda had played at Calder, and then he played for us, then he went to Miami, but Ikeda has a really bad habit, which is when he's going to catch on the right side, he doesn't follow it with his eyes into the cesta. Now, you can get beyond that at some point. When you've played enough years, you don't have to concentrate on watching your catch, so to say. But Ikeda would line it up and then look back to the front wall, take his eye off the ball. So if we had a split second to take a picture, you'd see that he was missing the ball on the right side, but his head was faced forward. So it's like, why don't you know that you're missing it? Right. So by bringing his attention to it, and he had received training elsewhere, just by bringing his attention to that small thing. Again, what you would talk about, the player looking down the field. In this case, he had his eye off the ball, and that's why he was missing it.
Right. Couple quick things. I know we just have about 2 minutes, but we talk about backcourt and front court, and I'm sure some of the newer viewers, backcourt, Stu and Andrew, it's simply the guy who's playing in the back of the court, yes, versus front court is the person who's playing closer to the front of the court.
Right.
Very self-explanatory. And then we talk about the pad, and I know everyone has figured out the pad, and the pad is bad. The pad in Highlight is pretty much equal to the net in tennis.
Yes.
Wow. I never thought about that. Which is why I'm the Highlight guy and everyone else is the sports guy, because I would never make that comparison. It is? It is?
Except we don't have faults. That's one thing. They got to get that first serve in.
Oh, yeah. No,
absolutely.
It's just a whistle and you go sit down.
Right.
Yeah, no do-overs. Yeah, there are no do-overs.
Yeah, and we can talk about that a little more before Game 7. I guess it'll be about the psychology and some of the thoughts about serving. But 1 minute left, so you guys set us up for Game 6 here.
We do have a scratch. Game 6, post 7, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Ben. Game 6, post 7, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Ben. Game 6 is a spectacular 7 singles match, and we're going to start in just less than a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to begin game number 6, a spectacular 7 singles match. Spectacular 7 means that all points will double after the first round of play and that we play to 7 points. Serving in the red shirt at post 1, number 29, Vuelo. Receiving in the blue post 2, number 30, Diaz. Vuelo serves. We begin game 6. Vuelo missed the rebote. Kind of floating off the back wall. Point 2. 2 serves. The white shirt at post 3, CRB. CRB on the backhand, taken in the air by Diaz. It's a nice throw by Diaz, nice and high to the front wall. Diaz on the catch, winds up a 2-all. That lands just out of play. Point 2. Our next matchup has Diaz serving to the green shirt at post 4. Here's Bueno. Diaz hung in there to try to make that rebote. Not enough momentum to get it to the front wall, though. Point 4. Our next matchup has Bueno serving to the black shirt of post 5. Cool Fitness. It's a powerful backhand throw by Cool Fitness. Bueno for the rebote.
Yes.
I got it. Went low, went outside, but made it. Point 4. On the court, ready to receive. Yellow shirt at post 6, number 1, Anderluck. Catch by Anderluck. Powerful throw. Scoop by Bueno. Anderluck goes down and make the forehand rebote save. Here's Bueno winding up. Gets out of the way. Anderluck's there. Powerful throw to the feet of Bueno where it scores. Point 6. 6 serves. Post 7. Ben in the pink shirt. Anderluck, hard serve. Here's Ben. Ball crossed from left to right. And scored. Point 7. Here now to complete the first round and receive in the purple shirt at post 8, number 37, Tennessee. Rebote from the left side of Ben. He gets out of the way. Here's Tennessee. Ben from the backhand. Nice and hard. Caught by Tennessee. Then dropped. Point 7. That completes the first round of play, and all matchups are now worth 2 points through the end of the game. Returning, red shirt at post 1, Luolo. That's a half carom that did not cut out. Ben signaling to me that, no, he just screwed up and hit the side wall. That's it. Point 7. 7 has 4 points. Here's the white shirt at post 3, CRB. Catch by Ben. CRB from the left side. Throws it back. Robote's up and out. Played by Ben to the outside. CRB stopped it. That ball's coming in hot and scores. Point 3. Receiving post 2, Diaz. This matchup has CRB serving to Diaz. Catch on the forehand of CRB. Catch by Diaz. Diaz keeps it inside. CRB is going to look for the rebote. Plays it from the forehand. Nicely played. And scoring. Point 3. Three has 4 points. Here's post 5. Cool Fitness. Nice backhand throw. Stays inside. Forehand rebote by CRB. Here's the catch by Cool Fitness. Catch by CRB. Almost made midcourt. Dropped it, though. 0.5. Cool Fitness has 2 points. He serves the returning 4-post. 1-0. Strong backhand throw by Bueno. Here's Cool Fitness. Ball missed. 0.4. Don't kick the ball, Fitness. Four on the board with 4 points. Here's post 6, Anderluck. Anderluck comes strong from the forehand. Bueno, swing and a miss on the rebote. 0.6. Anderluck now serves to Tennessee. And the purple shirt at post 8. Big backhand by Tennessee. Anderluck's got it at the 10 line. Catch by Tennessee. Forehand rebote, save from the floor. Here's Tennessee. It's a good catch by Anderluck. It's a nice backhand. Anderluck takes this low, but in the air. Rifles it back. That's gonna score. 0.6. Possible game point 4. The yellow shirt at post 6, Anderluck. He serves to Vuelo in post 1, the red shirt. Anderluck from the forehand. Blasted hard. That's going to score to win. Point and game, ladies and gentlemen, to the yellow shirt of post 6, Anderluck. 6 wins it. We have a playoff for second and third place, 7, 3, and 4. So that's Ben, CRB, and Bueno. Ben first serves to CRB. Ben chooses to jump and get it. Great pickup on the backhand of CRB. Nicely played by Ben. Great hustle by CRB. He got there. Ben's going to go to the outside to make this one. He plays it to the inside. CRB hustling again. He got there in time. Ball tipped. 0.3.
Wow, what a point there by CRB, showing great hustle. Covering a ton of the court there. Almost all of it, Stu.
Possible place point, which is second place finish, possibly here for CRB. Trying to stop him. Post 4, Bueno. CRB for the rebote. Bueno with the catch. Bueno lets it go. Rebote's coming all the way to the 6th line. Turn from the forehand of CRB. Bueno, forehand rebote. Gonna score, 0.4. The 7's eliminated. This is second and third place. Bueno serves CRB. Bueno, forehand rebote. CRB, rebote left side. He gets it up. It stays in play. It's a 2-all. Not a particularly good 2-all, but a 2-all nonetheless. Bueno's carom off the court. Second place finish for the white shirt at post 3, CRB. Bueno finishes in third place, 6-3-4. The unofficial order finish for Game 6. And with that, we break. With that, we break the cycle of sevens.
With a 6.
With a 6. with not a 1 or 2, but a 6.
You did learn Yahtzee is five of a kind.
Oh, really?
So, yes.
Did you look that up?
My dad texted me. Said Yahtzee's 5 of a kind. So, 5 sevens.
That's right.
Would
Yahtzee
be a
is
Yahtzee.
it's like poker hands.
Yeah.
It's
5
like poker
sevens
hands.
would be, yeah. So, Yahtzee. Yeah.
Right.
I think you have to call it to get it, and I don't know if Fred and Ikeda
Called
called
Yahtzee. Called Yahtzee.
They don't get the points.
So Nazi. No, Nazi. I said not. Wow, that's bad.
Yahtzee.
So no, Yahtzee for them. Yahtzee with a Y.
Yahtzee Jai-Alai.
Yahtzee Jai-Alai.
You know what's coming, Stu. Brace yourself.
Oh, here we go.
Yahtzee Jai-Alai.
$2 Quinella 3-6. That's 3-6 or 6-3, returning $38 even. The trifecta 6-3-4, returning $222.60. And our pick 3, 7-7-6. 3 of 3 numbers returning $443.20. That's a nice payoff on today's pick 3. Up next, we have game number 7, the third and final of our doubles matches today. Not today, but in this matinee performance. Don't forget, we are back at 4 p.m. with 9 more games. We do have a scratch in Game 7, Post 1. You want to scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with Rock. Game 7, Post 1, scratch El Barba, replace El Barba with Rock. Post time is just 8 minutes from now.
So, Stu, maybe we can chat a little bit about the serving psychology, and really a question for you, because in tennis, having the 2 serves that Andrew alluded to earlier, you know, a big server, as they call them in tennis, same thing, a big server in highlight, they can really go for everything on that first serve, knowing that they have a second serve. In highlight, not the case. There are no faults in highlight, but you will see certain players going for that bigger first serve. What's the psychology there?
I would say, oddly enough, that in highlight in general, it's probably 30 to 40% mental. I mean, it really is. I mean, you have to have, obviously, the skills to throw. So when you're standing at the line, you know that you need not to serve it into the box like you do in serve it over the net and into the box, but you have to bounce it off the front wall and get it to land between those 2 lines. In doubles, it's a little bit more difficult because you have a front quarter that's actually standing in that box, in most cases looking to take that serve to try to kill the point quicker. So in doubles, with your serve, psychology is, I got to get it in the box, but it's also, you really want to cross the side wall, which means that you want to throw it to the front wall, have it come off the front wall and cross the side wall so that the front quarter in the box can't get it.
Okay, so in singles, the speed of the serve, or someone who is able to throw a harder serve, it might be more valuable because, again, we've seen, even in our first few days of play here, we've seen Anderluck throw some aces.
Yes.
Versus in doubles, where maybe the positioning of the serve is more important than the speed.
Yes. Now, in singles, I mean, the best single serve is literally, we actually had an example of it last week, where, and that's on any court, is you'd like the ball to come high off the front wall, bounce deep in the box, so that it bounces deep into the corner. You want your opponent in singles in this corner right here, this corner between the side wall and the back wall, right behind us. That's where you want your opponent, because what's he going to do from there? How's he going to hurt you? He's not going to throw a shot from there. If he's concerned about his cesta hitting the back wall, if he's got to peel it off the side wall, he's not going to, in most cases, he's not going to rip a long shot from that. So the further back you move your opponent in singles, the better. You don't want to give your opponent the ball in the middle of the court really ever under any circumstances, because if he's in the middle of the court, what that permits you to do in singles is you serve him deep. That permits you to serve, move forward, and take the offense right away.
Okay, so it's strategic. In singles, you want to pin your opponent deep in the corner,
yes,
which puts him in a defensive position, allows you to now anticipate his return throw, you move into the offensive position.
Exactly.
Perfect. I like that. Even I can understand that. Getting back to doubles.
To set me up with those questions, though. Otherwise, I would have gotten there.
Getting back into doubles, the server in doubles is primarily trying to avoid the front quarter from catching that serve and killing the point right there.
Yes. Now, as we haven't trained players to be front quarters or back quarters, they haven't some have naturally moved into that position. One of the things that we did when in putting together these doubles teams is we didn't want a weaker player serving against a necessarily stronger player, because that put them at a distinct disadvantage, an even more disadvantage if they had to worry about getting it into the box and they had an aggressive player there that was looking to pick the serve every time. What we've seen, the person picking the most serves is Bueno. So it's as much get it in the box as it is keep in doubles. It's as much get it into the box, get it between the lines, and keep away at the same time.
When the front quarter catches the ball in a doubles match, a fairly proficient front quarter should be able to end the point right there.
Yes. It's a little bit more difficult here than people may be used to in traditional highlight. We don't have quite the same, just by makeup of the sidewall and the ball, we don't have quite the same cut. Now, by cut, what I mean is that, so in a 2-all, the ball goes forward, and of course, if anybody's watching me on TV, you'd see I'm showing with my hands like everybody can see, but really it's for my own edification. When I throw the ball, I want to cut it off of that sidewall so that it goes from the sidewall to the front wall, because it has to touch the front wall. But the further outside, the further out to where the judges are standing, the further out to the pad that it hits, coming off the sidewall, the better. And it, of course, then has to land in bounds on the floor. So when you throw 2-alls that come all the way to the backcourt, that's not a particularly good 2-all. Anybody could really catch that if they put their mind to it. However, when you get a good cut off of that wall, and it cuts out all the way up there at the 2 line, on this court, a 2 or 3 line cut. In traditional highlight off that sidewall, which some people might be used to, it's a little bit easier. And also, we're 120 feet here. Traditional highlight courts are 176 at Miami, 178 at Dania. So right there in that 180 or a little bit shorter, it's a lot further run for the front quarter. That then puts the onus onto the guy who's catching the ball to catch it and kill it, because the front quarter's got to serve and run his ass up all the way.
All right, and Andrew, getting back to some of our parallels in tennis, the front quarter is sort of like the guy playing up at the net in doubles in tennis, and they're deciding when to use a tennis term, poach, come across and take the ball and basically end that point right then and there.
Right, exactly. And also pretty similar, I was just thinking, Scott, to basketball as well. Obviously, front court and back court distinctions. A front quarter in basketball, that's someone that stands closer to the rim, gets the rebounds, may not move as much, kind of, stays in one place, whereas the back quarter is someone that's more active. They're moving a lot more, sort of setting up the play. So that's also, obviously, we have that parallel with tennis where the guys really, they're crossing the opponents more and then the back quarter moves. But if you're an NBA fan and you're kind of confused with the front court and back court, the front quarter are those taller players, guys that stand by the rims. Our front quarters here are the ones that typically not typically, they do stand closer to that front wall. So that's obviously a good way to also remember that.
That's if you like basketball.
If you like basketball. And if you like tennis, it works with the way with doubles and tennis.
If you're me, you're smiling and nodding and being polite.
And if you're me, you're telling you guys it's game time.
There you go. See? Exactly. We are ready to begin game number 7, our third and final doubles match in this matinee performance. Game 7 also concludes the high five jackpot. Serving in the red shirts of post 1, we have Rock and Ben. Receiving in the blue of post 2, Bueno and Tennessee. There's the whistle from the judge, meaning we're good to begin game 7. Rock serves. We begin game 7. That rebote by Ben. That's what we call escapes. That escape from his forehand hit the overhead screen. That's out of play. Point 2. Our second matchup of the 7th game has Bueno serving to the white shirts post 3. Here's Fred and Ikeda. Ikeda from the forehand. There's a hard throw. Picked up by Tennessee. Ikeda now from the 12 line. Big right side by Ikeda. Bueno picks it out of the air. Goes hard to the back wall. That got away from Fred. Hit too hard, too high, and out of play. Point 2. That'll bring to the court the green shirts of post 4, the team of Diaz and Anderluck. Anderluck on the run, makes the catch. It's a hard throw by Anderluck, caught at the 13 line by Tennessee. Anderluck, nice forehand rebote, threading the needle and off the tip of Bueno Cesta. Point 4. Nicely played by Anderluck.
And we're just talking about, obviously aggressive front quarters. Bueno plays a particularly aggressive style. That one cost him the point there.
Black shirts of post 5 taken to the court. Here are Alcier and Kubala receiving. Kubala on the backhand. Great catch, great throw by Anderluck. Alcier calls for the rebote. That lands in. Diaz has it. Diaz, carambola, front wall, side wall, floor, and back. Great catch by Anderluck at the 10 line. Kubala on the catch. Catch on the forehand of Anderluck. Kubala from the backhand. Anderluck now from the backhand. Rebote from his knees. Kubala keeps it in play. Here's Diaz. Diaz gets it past Kubala. Kubala on the run. Kubala makes the rebote save. Here's Anderluck. Hard throw. Gets by Kubala and scores. Well played by both teams. Point 4. That'll bring to the court yellow shirts of post 6. This next matchup has Diaz serving to Lamonte and Douglas, and the yellow shirts of post 6. That was a hard reverse by Douglas, crossing wall at the 11 line and scoring. Point 6. Post 7 receives the pink shirts. We have CRB and Vuelo. Karam by Vuelo scores. Point 7. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirts of post 8, the team of Juice and Carballo. CRB with the rebote, nice and high to the front wall. Carballo almost got caught under the bridge, but he came up with the forehand grab. Here's Willow with a hop and a carom. That's off the court. Point 8. That completes the first round of play, and all matchups are now worth 2 points. So receiving, Rock and Ben. Ben with the catch. Carballo for the rebote, beautifully thrown inside. Scoop by Ben. Didn't have control of the ball. Ball was moving in his cesta. It wasn't bobble, but it was moving. Hadn't stopped it. That's why it went to the overhead screen. Point 8.
And sometimes you see those on the scoops, Stu. They may not actually have control even though you think they do.
Absolutely. Post 3 received. Ikeda on the catch. Sidearm carom, stopped by Juice. Juice's Cortada attempt goes to the pad. And the pad is bad. Point 3. Three has 2 points. Here's post 2. Great serve by Fred. Here's Tennessee from the 11 line. Point 2. Our next matchup has Fred serving as Bueno rather serving to Asier, and yeah, that's Kubala. Hi. Here's Kubala from the backhand. Nicely played. Tennessee comes over the top. Point 2. Possible game point for the blue shirts of post 2. Bueno and Tennessee on the court trying to stop them are Diaz and Anderluck. Anderluck blasts it to the inside. Rebote for Bueno. It's a 2-all. Scoop attempt missed. Point and game to the blue shirts of post 2. Bueno and Tennessee. I'm not singing that song, Tennessee. Not a chance. Two wins it. 8 comes in second. 3 serves to 4. This is for third place. Ikeda with a hop, pulls it off of the wall. Here's Diaz. Diaz on the throw. Catch by Ikeda. Diaz again, winds up. Placement to the inside. That's really smart and scores on the second bounce. Beautifully thrown by Diaz. Third place finish for Diaz and Anderluck in post 4. Unofficial order finish 2-8-4. Okay, let me explain what happened with Tennessee. So he had the Daddy Shark shirt on, and so I thought that he wanted me to sing it. But what he was pointing out was that he and Bueno are the first 2 daddies of
just dad.
Yeah. Because Bueno had a child, had a lovely daughter, and Tennessee had a son. So yes, they're the first 2 children born of the Magic City roster.
Absolutely.
It's a heartwarming story.
Yeah, beautiful.
I know. It's
lovely.
Yeah, I know. And there I was being all bitter and saying, I'm not going to sing this song.
See?
He was just trying to throw a little love to their kids, and I'm there shooting it down.
So we're waiting for official, or here come the prices.
Here are the prices.
Here they are.
Our $2 quinella, the 2-8, that's 2-8 or 8-2. If I can talk slower, it might come back around. I'm looking at the same screen you're looking at, folks. That is why. There we go. 2-8 or 8-2, $33.60. Trifecta. 2-8-4, all 3 numbers, $514.40. Love to see those tries up above $500. Very nice. And the high 5, 77762, 4 of 5 numbers, returning $50.20. Our carryover jackpot's up to $1,400.
Yeah, and we'll quickly explain that to our fans out there. Here at Magic City, we guarantee a $2,000 pool, which means if a single person correctly picks all 5 in a row in our high 5, games 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they're guaranteed a $2,000 jackpot. If more than one person gets it, or if no one gets it, then half the pool is paid out and the jackpot continues to grow. So when Stu announced that there's $1,400 in the jackpot, it's a growing jackpot, but if someone wins it this afternoon, they're guaranteed $2,000. When we get past $2,000, it just keeps growing. We had one last year, I think it was north of $10,000.
I think we did hit 10,000. I believe we did hit 10,000 last year.
12, yeah. Certainly can get up there if it lasts a while.
So
Yes.
the high 5 is fun because it's a big payout, and you can just pick some numbers, you can handicap, or you can like I say, pick five numbered numerical sequence between 1 and 8, and
that high
see
5
how it works out.
That high 5 is known as the Scott Savin special. You know that, right?
Well, yeah,
Let's put it this way. Even one of the customers online said, one of the people that's potentially winning, one of the people once said, look, we appreciate the generosity, but how long can this continue?
Well,
how much did
certain
we- how much
people
did
here
we-
were basically laughing at me every time the high five would hit. I would get a text with a little smiley face and a kind of "I told you so." No, we're sticking with the high five. It's a great bet.
How much did we give out last year? I mean, how much was won?
Over the course of the season.
Oh, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Oh yeah, no, that was
Yeah.
a fortune of
Fortune
money.
of money.
That
But
was
it's
a fortune.
but it's a great bet.
No, people really liked it.
For those of you that and again, it's a dollar bet.
Right.
So it's not like you have to invest a lot of money in
And the
it.
thing about that dollar is it lasts throughout those 5 games. Games 3 to 7, and even if we have those consolations too, as you see there. So, well, that's the Mighty Ocho, but the consolations as well. You don't need to have all your numbers hit in order to cash in as
Now,
well.
I do picture people looking at the TV set going, another 7? What kind of crap is this? So I did see that being a little frustrating today. Oh, there's Ben knocking on the window, means it's time to blow the whistle.
Stu does multitask here. You know, he's announcing,
all
he's
trades,
keeping
hey.
statistics. He's blowing the whistle. When he's blowing the whistle, just people might hear. You know, Stu says he's blowing the whistle. It's not for fun. He's not conducting a train. He's actually blowing the whistle.
Maybe in his spare time. Yeah.
So the players know to switch. What happens is post positions 1 through 4 will go out and practice for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then Stu or JR will blow the whistle, and then post positions 5 through 8 will go out and practice for the next 3 or 4 minutes until we start the next game. So there's actually a warm-up period when players are on the court before every single game.
Right?
Yeah, and that warm-up period is similar to in tennis how you warm up against your own opponent. You know, in other sports, typically, you know, basketball, baseball, football, you warm up with your team, but obviously in Highlight, all these guys are playing against each other, so they're just rallying back and forth like you would see, you know, before a tennis match.
Or in horse racing, which, Scott, I
Right.
know is near and
Yeah.
dear to your heart. In horse racing, you go down to the paddock, I believe it is.
That's correct, Stu.
I've only been twice, but you go down to the paddock and you watch the horses walk around and see which horse is having a bowel movement. I understand is like really. We don't do that here in Highlight. Don't tell anybody who's in the bathroom before the game. But in dog, no, I guess with dogs, that's the important thing. I remember my aunt telling me that years ago. You know, you go to the track and if a dog goes to the bathroom before it, that you know that dog's
That's
going to
the
win.
one.
Really?
They technically have lightened the load, apparently.
There we go. Tennessee's in the bathroom right now. He's a good bet for the next game. I don't think it really works that way.
No, I don't think Highlight
That's why
does
we got
work
the
that way.
curtains back here. Yeah, no one.
And the importance of the warm up between games, I think ideally, you guys correct me on this, is to keep the players loose and warm and to prevent injury.
Yes, absolutely. They warm up before the game. It's also to give the betting public an opportunity to see how they're playing. Sometimes it is kind of funny. You'll see a player who didn't necessarily do so great in the game before, and he's standing out there with his hand on his hip all pissed off. And it's like, well, you know, the next game's coming up. Go throw the ball. Sometimes the motivation of practice, especially after a long day or a long weekend, or out of what I've seen is like a tremendously fought point, just a hard fought point. You work your ass off and you don't get it. You don't win the point. So coming out to practice the next time, you're just like, what do I have to do this for? Because that's one of the things that we've always explained. Highlight players are humans. In fact, more human
Yes,
than a lot of other
yes,
people.
they are.
So why did this guy win all the games yesterday and today he can't catch 2 balls in a row? I don't know. He caught traffic on the Palmetto or his cestas or his hand hurts or he's tired from yesterday. Any one of these things can affect it game to game and day to day.
Well, we're
Not JR. Not JR. Juan Ramon Arasate was as consistent as could be. I mean, he never had a bad.
Every day we are in the presence of a legend, so it's a nice thing. It's a nice thing. JR's chatting with us briefly before the game. We're a minute away from the next game, and then after this game, before Game 9, let's chat a little bit about the 3 different teams that won doubles matches today. And Andrew, put the onus on you maybe to update us on the double stats.
We've got the standings updated. We'll have those
We do have
4 games.
we do have 2 scratches actually in Game 8. Game 8 post 1 scratch Jen replaced Jen with Bueno. Game 8 post 2 scratch El Barbo replaced El Barbo with Diaz. Yes.
And Stu, you mentioned that concept of, you know, this guy, he won all the games yesterday, he comes back today, he doesn't win. It's the same thing in every other sport. A golf tournament, Tiger Woods doesn't go out there and dominate every golf tournament. Some days he's off, and, you know, that one day could affect the whole tournament or that whole week. But, you know, he comes back the next week and he could win. So
That's
every
you
day,
with the golf references.
The
Now we're
golf
going to
guy.
have to listen to how
you're
good.
You're going to have to start watching golf.
No. It's like watching paint dry. With all due respect to the wonderful
No,
sport of golf.
non-taken. Please.
We're ready to begin game number 9, a spectacular, game 8 rather. Spectacular 7 singles match, played 7 points. Points still left the first round of play. Bueno serves, Diaz receives. Diaz with a drop ball, point 1. This next matchup has Bueno serving to the white shirt of post 3, Douglas. Great serve by Bueno, stayed to the inside and scored off the side wall. Point 1. Good catch by Kubala. Nice hard backhand. Kubala, great catch at the 9 line. There's the backhand. Bueno going after it with the forehand. Missed it. Point 4. I don't know what that motion was that Kubala was doing. Maybe he was waving. Black shirt of post 5. Anderluck receives. Powerful forehand by Anderluck, scores. Point 5. Our next matchup has Anderluck serving to the yellow shirt of post 6. Here's Ikeda. Ball tipped. Point 6. Here's post 7 in the pink shirt. Ben receives. Ben, powerful reverse, got a piece of the side wall. Ikeda did not have control over that ball. Point 7. Here now to complete the first round and receive. Purple shirt at post 8, Carballo. It's a nice backhand throw by Carballo. Ben with a 2-all. That was well played, just misexecuted. That just landed out of play. Point 8. That completes the first round of play, and all matchups are now worth 2 points. Back and ready to receive, Diaz. Diaz from the forehand, high to the front wall. Carballo's got it. Diaz, nice rebote save from the 11 line. Point 8. Carballo has 3 points. He serves to Douglas in the white of post 3. Powerful reverse by Douglas. Forehand rebote. Douglas will take it on the quick bounce. Sends back the forehand. Rebote by Carballo. Rebote by Douglas to the inside. Carballo's there. Strong rebote to the outside. Nice throw by Douglas. Carballo on the run. He grabs it nicely. Here's another rebote for Douglas. Hard throw to the inside. What a great catch
again.
by Carballo again. 2-all, did not cut out. Stayed in and scores. Wow, point 3.
That's a great point.
Well played by Carballo and Douglas.
Absolutely there, Stu. Two of the best guys out there showing what they can do. Great point.
Post 1 receives. What an effort by Douglas to dig that rebote out. Missed it. Point 1. On the board with 4 points, serving to post 4. Here's Kubala. in the green shirt. Bueno, forehand rebote. Kubala stops it. Back to the inside he goes. Bueno tipped it at the 10 line. Point 4. Kubala has 3 points. He serves to the black shirt at post 5. Returning to the court is Anderluck. Long sidearm carom. Not making it. Point 4. Possible game point for Kubala. Trying to stop him. Ikeda. Beautiful throw by Ikeda. Ikeda takes it on the hop. Back to the inside he goes. Here's Kubala. Kubala over the top. Ikeda, again, back against the wall. Looked to go outside. He only got it as far as the middle of the court. That was a fine carom effort by Kubala. Just fell short. Point 6. Play continues in our 8th game. Our next matchup has Ikeda serving to Ben in the pink of post 7. Powerful reverse by Ben. Ikeda, forehand rebote, low and inside. Hard throw by Ben. Ben again, caught by Ikeda. Rebote coming out to the 7 line. Ikeda makes the play from his knees. Ben scoops it up on the right side, throws it back inside. Ikeda's there. Missed rebote, well played by both players. Point goes to the 7. Here's post 2, Diaz. Catch by Ben. Diaz with a great catch. There's the reverse. Ben takes it in the air. Strong, powerful backhand. Rebote by Diaz. Here's Ben from the 10 line. Throws it back. Diaz takes it in the air. Diaz puts it back. Ben's got it. Almost. Point 2. 2 has 2 points. 8 has 3. Receiving is Carballo in the purple of post 8. Diaz, that is an excellent rebote save from the 11 line. Ball missed on the forehand. Point 8.
And that's that thing you're talking about, Sue, catching it at the tip of the cesta. That one hit right in the middle. You can hear the sound and the difference that made. That one costing the point there.
Yes, it did. That brings us to possible game point here for Carballo trying to stop him. Douglas. Hard backhand by Douglas. Nice rebote by Carballo. Douglas was winding up to throw something, just missed the catch. Point and game, ladies and gentlemen, to the purple shirt of post 8, Carballo. No playoff here. 8 wins it. 4 comes in second. 1 comes in third. The 8-4-1 is the unofficial order of finish.
And guys, that was Carballo's first singles victory of the year. Is that right?
Well, if Andrew wasn't busy sending text messages, he might have an answer for you.
Well,
right
I mean,
there,
he has a throng of fans that he has to.
In the microphone.
Yeah, folks, that was Carballo's first win of the 2020 season. How about that? A guy that finished in third place last year was pretty much neck and neck with Kubala all the way to the last
Now,
day.
off the microphone, you were mumbling something. I sensed mother. I don't know what else it
Well,
was.
it's hard. You're not in my line of sight, and Scott's right behind me. So sometimes I don't know if you guys are talking to me or into the mic. I didn't realize you were talking to me. I'm just talking to no one about these results. So
darn it,
now
guys.
Now we're over the air. Carballo's first win, singles win of the 2020 season. Kind of a surprise that it took him this long. Obviously, we all know what he's capable of. But good to see him get one under his belt. And last year, when he did finally get one under his belt, he went on a nice run that really propelled him through the whole season. So maybe he can build off that this year as well.
The 8-4-1 is the official result of Game 8. $2 Quinella. The 4-8 comes in first and second in any order. 4-8, 8-4, $52 even. Our trifecta, 8-4-1, the 50-cent price, $201.35. The mighty Ocho, 7-7-7-7-7-628. It sounds like a fake phone number on TV, doesn't it? You know, when they say, my number is 555, and no, it's not. So we have a 777. Very real. 5 of 8 numbers returning $35.20. Carryover jackpot, $377.20. That does have a $1,000 guarantee on it, though. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is game number 9, a spectacular 9 Superfecta match. Game 9 is our only 9-point game in the performance. There's a scratch. Game 9, post 7, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Tennessee. Game 9, post 7, scratch Jedden, replace Jedden with Tennessee. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe we have a video that explains a Superfecta.
We do. Roll it.
Spectacular 9 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 9 points wins the game.
All right, guys, again, that was the explanation of spectacular 9 scoring, because this 9th and final game will be playing it up to 9 points as opposed to 7, as you just heard in that video. As we mentioned, coming out of the break, we have the double standings updated for you after this first performance of the day. Douglas Lamonti, Ikeda Fred, Tennessee, and Bueno. All the teams that had wins this morning, all of them had 1 win coming into today. Douglas Lamonti at 2, Ikeda and Fred at 2, Tennessee and Bueno with 2. All 3 of those teams right now, Scott, atop the standings, and then Kubala and Asier had 1 coming into the day. Anderluck and Diaz had 1 coming into the day. So that team we were talking about at the top, Anderluck and Diaz, they're 1 win behind right now, but as we said, there's still tons of doubles play left to go.
Oh, there's a lot of doubles play left to go, but it's nice to see what I would call an even start. You know, for fans, whether they're wagering or even just watching the game, it's nice when there's 4 or 5 teams and you look at the program and you see who's in this next game, and it's wide open, you know. And again, I think, to me, and I appreciate sitting with you guys, I'm going to exit when game 9 starts. Let you guys take everyone home and then do
Andrew, quick, remember the boss. No, you don't have to.
Oh, don't beg me too hard, guys.
No.
You beg too hard, I may stick around, and then you'll be like, damn it. But no, it's good to see kind of the evenness that's developing. That there's a lot of really good highlight players, and we don't see. It's very early. Look, Douglas could go on a 10-game singles run. He and Lamonte could get on a big doubles run, but I don't see that happening this year. I just think that the other guys are starting to catch up and things are getting more balanced.
I think everyone has a sense that you can't let anyone get too far ahead. That if you're not, as our good friend Paulie would say, if you're not in the win column, that you need to find your way into the win column. You can't allow anybody to get too many wins ahead. And now, whether or not you can translate that into an actual win for yourself, it seems like Kubala and Carballo have done that today.
Yeah, and it's just the whole, as you said, it's just a whole season-long thing for these guys. So, even if they didn't have a great start, there's still tons of time, to pick it back up towards the end of the season.
And listen, for a guy like Douglas who, is expected to win a lot of games, or any doubles team that he's a part of is expected to win a lot of doubles games, last season you could see him get a breather. I mean, an easy point. There are no easy points anymore on this roster.
No, not at all. Not at all. There really aren't. And people do gun for certain people. They do when they see who they're coming up against, they pay a little bit closer attention. Again, whether or not they're able to translate that into points is something different. And certainly when you see Douglas there, it's like we were talking about earlier, is we saw Anderluck, Kubala, Carballo, specifically throwing shots very early in whatever round they were playing against Douglas and Lamonte, try to get the ball to Lamonte.
No, absolutely. And on the singles side, Ikeda's really stepped up his game. And guys, we haven't even seen Ron's debut yet. And remember, a lot of people thought he was the second best singles player on the roster. Wait till he gets back in the singles games.
Which is funny because Douglas, little secret be told, Douglas thought he was the first best. He got here, Douglas looked at him last year and went, oh my. And then all of a sudden started dropping all these games. But the best thing about Ron, I can say this without question, easily the nicest guy on the roster.
Yeah.
Easily, he handles the pressure, he handles winning, he handles losing, he handles it all so beautifully. We're so glad that we're getting him back.
Yeah, not only is he a great fit, but main point is he really helps everyone else raise their game to a higher level out there. And when we brought both Ikeda and Ron in, that was one of the big things. They noticed everyone's level of play really rose at that point.
All right, guys, take it home from here. Good luck in Game 9.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Scott. We are ready to begin game number 9. A spectacular 9 Superfecta match played at 9 points, all points double after the first round of play. Carballo serves. Game 9 has begun. That's called a chula. Let's call it what it is. That ball comes back. Rebote looks like it's going to come out. Then it hits the crack. Does not come out, or it does not come out much in that case. Point 2. Here's Bueno on the left side. Big reverse. That ball hit the overhead screen. Point 3. Here's the green shirt at post 4, Douglas. That's a nice 2-all. Here's Douglas. Douglas flips it back in a spectacular catch. Bueno with an equally good catch. Comes back over the top. Douglas going to have to stay aggressive with that one. Missed the scoop. Well played by Douglas and Bueno. Point 3. Here's post 5, the black shirt. Kubala. Backhand by Kubala. Bueno's there. Bueno over the top, back to the inside. What a difficult catch that was going to be. trying to catch the ball coming back and up. Well played. Well thrown by Kubala. 0.5. Our next matchup has Kubala serving Anderluck in post 6, the yellow shirt. There's Rebote, left side by Kubala. Anderluck's got it. Outside placement, Kubala hung out there to get it. Another big bounce. What a catch by Anderluck. Back to the outside, try to get a shot off of it too. Anderluck with a great catch on the backhand. Here's Kubala. Kubala goes deep. Forehand Rebote save by Anderluck. Anderluck, left side Rebote, 2-all, big bounce. Kubala brings it down. Great catch by Anderluck. Hard throw to the inside, Kubala on the run. Kubala makes a great forehand Rebote save. Here's Anderluck. Oh, the big throw goes into the pad. Wow. 0.5.
That's not just bad. That's really bad, Stu.
That was a tremendous point between Anderluck and Kubala. Here's post 7. Tennessee receives. The matchup has Kubala serving to Tennessee. Here's Tennessee on the backhand. Nice and strong to the inside. Rebote forehand by Kubala. Kubala from the forehand. Again. Picada to the inside. That means big bounce from the forehand. Tennessee missed the front wall entirely. 0.5. Five on the board with 3 points. Here now to complete the first round and receive. Purple shirt at post 8. Javi Queda. Difficult catch. 0.5.
Yeah, that was just a perfect location on that serve from Kubala. Ikeda tried to pick it off that sidewall. Tough play for him.
5 has 4 points. Kubala serves to Carballo. Post 1. That completes the first round of play, and all matchups are now worth 2 points through the end of the game. Powerful backhand throw. There's the Rebote save. Carballo makes the catch. Throws the carom. Caught the pad. 0.5. Five has 6 points, but remember, 9 points needed to win a Superfecta game. Here's Ben. That's a great serve by Kubala again. Ben's there. Here's Kubala. Reverse. Big backhand. Kubala switch to the forehand to make that Rebote save. Ben's on it. One-handed grab coming cross court, just missed. That was a nice 6 straight points for Kubala in the black of post 5. Play continues. 2. Ben is on the board with 3 points, serving to the returning 4 post. Here's Douglas. Low, hard blast of the backhand. This Rebote is coming straight back to the sidewall where it's almost impossible to throw. Beautifully thrown by Ben, 0.2. 2 on the board with 5 points. Here's post 3. Bueno receives. This matchup has Ben serving to Bueno. Ben did not want to play the rebote. He threw. Went to try to get the ball. Tipped it. Point 3. Bueno in post 3 has 4 points. He serves to Anderluck in post 6. Anderluck, beautiful forehand rebote at the side wall. Here's Bueno, back to the inside. Anderluck's got it on the backhand. Bueno, swing and a miss at the Teng line. Point 6. Tennessee receives in the pink of post 7. What a serve by Anderluck. That's what we were talking about before. That really powerful serve straight to the corner. That's where that ball was going. Point 6. 6 has 4 points. Anderluck serves to Ikeda. That's an over serve. That's the risk with that hard serve. Still a beautiful serve, just missed the box. Here's post 1, Carballo. Rebote left side by Ikeda. Carballo hangs in there to throw the rebote nicely on the forehand. Here's Ikeda. Catch by Carballo. That was not good. He's got it, though. Good catch by Ikeda. Wow. He just picked that one up. Here's Carballo. What a scoop by Ikeda. Then the ball goes too low. Wow. Tremendous play by both Carballo and Ikeda. Point 1, wow. Kubala with a nice catch behind the 13 line. That reverse, though, caught the overhead screen. Out of play, point 1. One is on the board with Carballo, rather, is on the board with 4 points, serving to post 4. Return to the court is Douglas. Douglas makes a difficult catch. There's the reverse. That is a chula. Got to call it what it is. That's where it hits the crack between the back wall and the floor and dies. Does not come out. Difficult to throw on this court. Very difficult to throw on this court. Point 4. Receiving post 2, Ben. Ben on the big backhand. Douglas, nice hard rebote. Ben's there. Ben on the carom, that hit the pad. Point 4. Douglas has 4 points. He serves to Bueno in the white shirt at post 3. Bueno on the backhand from the 11 line. Stays away from the overhead screen. Douglas on the rebote, high and inside. What a catch by Douglas, pulling it from the sidewall. He rifles this ball. Douglas read the carom, stops it, fires it. That's a great pickup by Bueno. That scoop attempt is not going to make it. What a beautiful point by Douglas and Bueno. Point 3.
Yeah, typically in our ninth games, too. A lot of inspired play this day, no different.
Bueno has 6 points. Tennessee receives. Nice backhand throw by Tennessee. Bueno missed the rebote. Point 7. Here's post 6, Anderluck in the yellow shirt. That's a great serve by Tennessee. Nice catch by Anderluck off a good serve. Tennessee swinging at it. Missed it. Point 6. 6 has 6 points, but don't forget, this is a 9-point game. Receiving, post 8, the purple shirt, Ikeda. Ikeda from the forehand. Back to the inside. Ball tipped. Point 8. Ikeda has 4 points. He serves to Kubala with 6. Rebote forehand by Ikeda. Kubala takes it in the air. There's the backhand. Forehand rebote fired by Ikeda. Kubala's on it. Fake the carom, reach back around, put it inside. It scores. Point 5. Possible game point for the black shirt of post 5. Kubala trying to stop him. Carballo. Carballo, powerful forehand, caught by Kubala. What a pickup on the forehand of Carballo. Nice backhand throw. Carballo sets for the rebote. Beautiful rebote thrown to the inside. Nice save by Kubala to score for the win. That is point and game to the black shirt of post 5, Kubala. Three serve 6. This is a playoff for second and third place. Anderluck from the forehand. That's a powerful forehand throw. Bueno sends it high to the back wall. Rebote coming all the way to the 5 line. 2-wall rebote. That was the right throw. Absolutely the right throw. Just missed. 3 comes in second, 6 comes in third, 2 comes in fourth. 5-3, 6-2, the unofficial order finish for Game 9.
Still looking at the program, pretty back-heavy day for these post positions. This 6, 7, 8 took actually 8 of the 9 games, either a 6, a 7, or an 8. Typically, I mean that. If
so that advice we give about betting low post position straight out the window today.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly. But obviously, and as Stu mentioned, that is very rare for highlight. Those lower post positions, for the ones later in the rotation, come up less. So obviously, a little less likely to win. That's the whole point of the betting. The post. It's the whole name of the game there.
And we have prices. The $2 Quinella, the 3-5, that's 3-5 or 5-3, that's $44.20. 50-cent trifecta, 5-3-6. First, second, and third place finishing, 5-16-35. And the 10-cent super, 5-3-6-2. It's first through fourth place, 101.55. Again, final result, 5-3-6-2. Some play in the later games was absolutely fantastic. Carballo, Kubala, Douglas, and Ikeda. Ikeda, that point between Carballo and Ikeda with the scoops, the way that Ikeda scooped it up. We'll get into it at some point later, but that the way he caught it's actually got a name. It's called Bote Corrado, which is the running catch. He caught it beautifully.
No,
and
Stu, yeah, you said, week 2, these guys are probably getting, a little more comfortable out there. You saw Carballo get a win under his belt. Kubala got another win. So certainly going to, get some confidence under their belt and hopefully propel them in the later performance and hopefully through the rest of the season, some of the top players on the roster showing their worth. Absolutely.
Absolutely no question about it. And as we've read the prices, we've gone over the results, we've talked ad nauseum about lots of different things today.
Yes.
And we had a special visit from Mr. Scott
That was
Sabin.
fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
A lot of fun.
And not that I don't like talking to you. I do like talking to you. But, I mean, every day, all day, it's not good for a relationship.
You and a lot of people.
Yeah. No, believe me, I understand. I definitely understand. Most people can't talk to me for any extent. I don't talk much when I'm not here. I really don't.
We're both a little
watch a lot of news, and I've been trimming my beard lately, but that's about it. And so, that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for this Friday matinee performance of Live Jai-Alai in the Magic City on YouTube's Highline channel. We're glad that you chose to join us this afternoon and invite you to join us again at 4 p.m. when we'll play 9 more action-packed games in our afternoon performance. We sure hope you enjoyed today's highlight action at Magic City. Please like and subscribe to the Highlight channel and let us know your thoughts and any questions you might have in the... I always screw this up. It's not the comments section. It's the chat. In the chat on YouTube. And we try to get to questions as we can. But we're so busy with important things that we can't always promise we're going to
Sometimes we
get to it. On behalf of the players, staff, and management of Magic City Jai-Alai, we thank you for joining us today and hope you'll join us again at 4 p.m. this afternoon. Goodbye till we can see you back here at Jai-Alai.